This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it is all included with your Squarespace website. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code BANGBANG to get 10% off your first purchase.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
You've heard of Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, but I bet you never heard his 4th law, which was mostly just how to clean their robotic sex holes. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Bernard Shaky, another catchphrase superstar, thank you so much. And I picked that because of Asimov.
Right.
And welcome to Comedy Bang Bang for the 3rd of our best ofs, 3rd of 4. And if you were listening to, by the way, I'm Scott Aukerman, your host. And if you were listening...
By the way,
very important to say. If you were listening to our previous installment, speaking of Asimov, we sang our wonderful Christmas hit, which took over the nation, called Please Don't Joke About iRobot This Christmas.
That's right.
I hope that you sang it with your family around the hearth.
And listen, it's not just for Christmas celebrators.
Nope.
You can also be Hanukkah.
Because it's talking, yeah, well, that's true. But also it's not just for Christmas Day, because it's saying this Christmas don't do that, which can be any time of year from December 26th on.
That's right.
A year-round classic.
It can go from December 26th to December 25th.
But no one sing it on
Start
December
again.
25th.
Do not sing it on December 25th.
Because it's Christmas already, you doy-doys.
I'm the Scat Man. Remember that guy?
No, who's that?
This guy called himself the Scat Man, and he had a song.
And it's not Scatman Crothers?
It's not Scatman
How
Crothers.
dare he?
Scatman Crothers was just a Scat Man.
He wasn't the
He
Scatman.
made the mistake of not calling himself
He's one
the
of
Scat Man.
several Scatmen.
Yeah, the Scat Man was a guy who had this weird novelty hit where he scatted like crazy.
Okay.
And the backstory...
And that wasn't sustainable for a long music career?
Well, the backstory on that guy was that he was a lifelong stutterer and worked to cure himself of his stutter or manage his stutter.
Well, scatting is the stutter of music.
Is that... Do you really feel that way?
I really do feel that way. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if it's just the way I was raised.
You tell it like it is. And you say what's on your mind. And you say what everyone else is thinking.
Uh-huh. And in this PC culture, it's kind of refreshing, isn't it?
PC culture is the biggest threat to America today.
Yep. What about Russia?
I mean, that's up there. But honestly, those red cups at Starbucks that don't say Christmas on them.
Oh, usually I like a red cup,
Right?
you know, at some sort of like keg party.
A red Solo cup.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put my lean in it.
That's a great thing in country songs is modern country songs just name checking things.
Things, yeah. These are things that exist.
Exactly. Here's things we like.
Kitchens.
I like this, I like that, I like the other thing too. Here's some country people from long ago that I talk about.
Yep.
Yeah. Hit.
By the way, Paul F. Tompkins is here. Hello,
Hi,
Paul. I am me and I am him.
I like me. My wife likes me.
You both like you.
That's from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, is it?
Very sad scene with John Candy.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in
because
power.
Rest in power. He's pretending his wife's still alive, right?
What about rest in poutine for Canadian people?
Hey, I like it. Rest in Putin.
Rest in Putin. Putin. Remember when
Wouldn't be Putin.
George W. Bush would say
Wouldn't be Putin.
Wouldn't be. Nagada.
Nagada.
That was the thing that came up a lot on tour with me, you, and Lauren was we kept doing Dana Carvey's George Bush.
Why? I don't remember that.
know why.
We were? Nagada.
Yeah, it was a thing that would come up periodically. It wouldn't linger,
Nagada.
but it's Nagada.
It was like not like the Cranberries.
That was they had to. They had to let it.
It was compulsory.
Yeah, it's an Irish thing. It's in their culture.
Nagada. Nagada. So, Paul,
Yeah.
it's Monday. We just had Christmas, and of course Hanukkah.
Still going strong.
Still going strong.
We're in
but
the throes of Hanukkah.
We were in the throes of Augie Doggy for a while, and now it's in the throes of Hani Doggy. Hope you're enjoying your Hani Doggy. Yes!
I love kosher honey doggies.
Kosher honey doggies.
Oh, every year at this time.
Kosher honey doggies.
You gotta be tearing me down.
What,
Did I do for Hanukkah? Well, I'm glad you asked. I, of course, lit the candles. Mm-hmm. I said the prayers.
Yep.
I
What are
opened
your prayers?
socks and underwear.
Oh, okay.
What are my prayers for Hanukkah?
Yeah.
I hope that things continue to go in a good way for the Jewish people.
That's right. And what way is that?
Up, baby.
Hey.
All the way to the top.
Yep. Through the roof.
Chosen people.
Jews through the stratosphere.
Jews through the stratosphere. I like it. Jews through the stratosphere.
Next year in Israel, Jews through the stratosphere. Two great slogans.
It's the natural. I feel like Jews through the stratosphere is the completion of the phrase.
Yep.
Next year in Israel, Jews through the stratosphere. Jews through the stratosphere.
What New Year's Eve coming up, obviously.
What are you doing New Year's Eve?
Maybe it's much too early in the game, but I don't know. I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
I turn right back around on
Yeah,
me.
I don't like to let anyone know my location.
Oh, you're very secretive.
I am not going to be in this country, I'll tell you that much.
Are you worried about murderers?
I am, yeah. I'm mainly worried about manslaughterers. That's why I'm taking along my friend Jessica Fletcher.
I forgot about manslaughter.
It was 8 million years ago that we talked about it.
Really? Oh my God.
Remember when we also taped the Christmas episode
right.
this morning?
Scott and I have spent a calendar day together. Manslaughter, she wrote.
Manslaughter, she wrote. Good stuff. Hey, I got to talk about it because it's a Christmas tradition.
You gotta. Come on, man.
And we flirted with it a couple episodes
Ooh la
ago.
la.
Mr. Microphone.
Yes. The year.
The year was
1985.
1978.
1978?
I looked it up. Let me be on. Okay,
You looked it up, Scotty.
I looked it up, Scotty. Can I fill people in on what we're talking about? For the past couple of best ofs, we have strangely hit upon, by mere coincidence, we talked about the Mr. Microphone commercial from the 70s and 80s on two separate occasions for some reason. Mm-hmm. And to me, I have to say one thing that I am very disappointed with in the holidays now, that was one of my favorite cherished traditions, is I would watch the holiday episode of David Letterman, and I would look forward to three things. I would look forward to Jay Thomas coming out and telling the Lone Ranger story.
That's right.
I would look forward to him trying to hit the pizza and meatballs off a Christmas tree with a football. And Darlene Love singing White Christmas.
That's right.
Those are
Christmas, Baby, Please Come Home.
Oh, that's right. So sorry. Those are and I would always love to see whatever art direction they did. I remember one year, the person playing saxophone on the saxophone solo, a big giant throne turned around and he was sitting in it and he got up and danced around. These are the things that I enjoy. When I realized we had somehow inadvertently hit upon our own Christmas tradition merely by chance talking about the Mr. Microphone commercial on two consecutive best of episodes, I realized we had to keep it going. And I realized we had to, and here's what it stems from. There is a phrase in these commercials. Paul, maybe you want to say exactly what it is.
The phrase is, hey, good looking, we'll be back to pick you up later.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll, sometimes we'll. And I'll tell you why I know that. In previous years, and this comes up, we'll say, hey, good looking, I'll be back to pick you up later. Or, hey, good looking, we'll be back to pick you up later. And that just came up 2 different years, and then we broke down the commercial and our problems with it.
Yeah.
Now, I have not seen this commercial in 30 years. Mm-hmm. It has just been seared into my brain.
Me too.
And my issue with the Mr. Microphone product is this. I would watch the commercial, and this is what I would imagine, is that I would be in a situation where I would buy a Mr. Microphone, I would find some good-looking women walking down the street listening to their radios, and I would turn on my microphone and take over their radio.
That's right.
And out of their radio, they would hear my voice, and I would say, hey,
your message.
my message. And I'd be on message and on brand. by saying, hey, good looking, I'll be back to pick you up later.
Sure.
And I was very disappointed when I got a Mr. Microphone that it does not broadcast to random radio signals. That would be insane.
Yeah.
If you could usurp anyone's radio at any time.
It's not Mr. Pirate Microphone.
No. It's not some sort of Christian Slater pump up the volume situation with pirate radio. No. One had to turn their radio to a specific frequency on the radio dial, normally very, very low, some like 86.9, something that no one would be listening to.
Because there's nothing there.
There's nothing there, and that's why they pick it. It is attuned to that frequency. Instead, pick 102.7 or something like that. Something, Kiss FM, something everyone is listening to. But no, they pick it very low on the frequency. So it only works if you turn your own radio onto this, and it will be broadcast on this. Yeah. And this was my issue. I had been watching this commercial for years and years, and I had...
Because they did use the same commercial for a very long time.
For a very long time. And I had imagined in my mind a situation where I would be throwing my voice like a ventriloquist, a Mr. Microphone ventriloquist, into other people's radios.
Or like a terrifying big brother who controlled all methods of communication.
Sure, certainly.
One of those.
Yes. Now, I've talked about my disappointment with the product 2 years in a row, and it came to my attention through sharp-eared listeners that the
bats
that the commercial does not imply that you would be throwing your voice into another radio.
Yeah.
It implies that you would have your own radio and turn it up so loudly that when you said, hey, good looking, I'll be back to pick you up later.
And Steph Curry for
What are you doing? Cody, this is the literally 10th time you have interrupted our show by watching something on the computer while you are supposed to be recording the show.
It's sort of astonishing that you still have a job here.
You're one of our oldest employees. And I love you.
This is your most reliable trait, by the way.
This is something that you do. I cannot fathom it. I cannot fathom. I'm right in the middle of one of our cherished Christmas traditions.
Cody, people look forward to this all year long.
All year long. And here I am in the middle of it.
People have just gotten their families gathered around
the
their
hearth.
laptop.
I'm about to make a mea culpa apology.
This has been a long time coming.
3 years in the making.
Yes.
And now I have to hear about Steph Curry? What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. That's a start. That's a start. And it may be, quite honestly, a finish. We'll see if 2017. I do not have the power to fire you.
Full disclosure, no one in this room has power to fire Cody. That would explain a great deal.
But look, one can only control one's own radio, and one hopes that one has a loud enough radio.
As scripture tells us.
That one can turn it up loud enough to broadcast one's own voice to a good-looking woman as one passes by one. And that would be so distracting to them that they would look up.
So distracting.
One would think that they would have their own radios that they're listening to and not hear something like this. Although when you are listening to the radio, one should be attuned to the noises around them, especially if there are cars about.
Yeah, if you're walking around carrying a radio and holding it right up to your ear.
Sure. As pop culture in the 80s and 70s showed us. A lot of people would do this.
A lot of people would do this.
Up to the ear.
It's your responsibility to be alert and aware of your surroundings.
With one ear, listen for car sounds.
So,
and even if you're indoors, look, there are a lot of news stories every year about cars crashing into mini-marts, houses.
Yeah.
I saw Straight Outta Compton, those guys, very first scene, boom, right in the living room. So
now, can you imagine... You're in your living room, you're listening to your radio, you're not paying attention because you think, I'm in my house.
I'm in my house. Of course a car's not going to come crashing
That's
through
when you have to pay attention the most.
Because that's when you least expect it. One ear, always for car sounds.
Always for car sounds. So then what, you're going to let yourself be manslaughtered? And then Jessica Fletcher has to come in on her goddamn bike?
Vehicular manslaughter, she wrote. Oh, not this Christmas. So look, what happened
So
was...
here it comes, the big moment everyone's been waiting for.
I got this news. I heard, hey, you're wrong about this commercial, which is seared into your brain. My brain, specifically. I've watched I've watched so many times I've watched this commercial, and that was my impression of the Mr. Microphone. I've come to realize that, no. When you watch the commercial, I pulled up the actual commercial, and I think this cannot be the version that I watched so many times.
Here's the version that I remember that's seared into my brain.
Okay.
There is a young lady walking down the street. There are 3 guys in a convertible. They have a Mr. Microphone. The one guy says, via his car radio, hey, good looking, we'll be back to pick you up later.
Okay. Now, see, that is the version in my brain too, but the only one, the original, that is online. There are 2 commercials that I found online. The only one that features a car of gentlemen saying that, they never show the women. They never show the women.
You just see these 3 assholes?
You just see these
going,
3
hey,
assholes.
good looking, we'll be back to pick you up later?
Yes. And I thought to myself, can that be possible that we are remembering women, beautiful women walking down the street, and then them being a reaction? But maybe.
Here's what's very, I think, a comfort. How progressive that commercial was back then.
To not show
the gender.
The gender.
They didn't show the gender of the person.
Oh,
that was
true.
the good-looking one.
Maybe you're right.
It could be a man, could be a woman.
That's true. That is a great.
So
great
it
point.
allowed you to put yourself in, if I may, the driver's seat.
Right.
What if you were that man with the Mr. Microphone? Who's the good-looking person you're seeing?
Who these days it's anything. Is it a table? It's like who knows what people are in love with these days. I don't know.
I don't think they were yelling at a table.
Maybe he's going antiquing. And he's like, hey, good looking. I'll be back to pick you up later.
Like people have put their stuff by the side.
Yeah, it's a
of the
garage
road.
sale.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I think there has to be a later version of this commercial where you see the women. I think because here, and I
can see it in my mind very clearly.
I can too. But here's another thing that I found out about this year. That there is a theory. I have always said ever since I was a young man, the Berenstein Bears.
Yes.
We've talked about this a little. And
I talked about this on my show with someone else.
We may have talked about it on tour, or maybe we did not talk about it.
I don't remember talking about this with you.
Okay, I've read this, but okay. So I've said the Berenstein Bears forever, growing up. I was shocked to find that it is the Bernstein Bears.
Oh, see, I thought it was the Berenstain Bears. Oh, the mummy.
Hold on. Let's look it up.
Look it up, Scotty. Look it up.
It is the Berenstain Bears.
Oh,
but
why does that sound familiar?
It's the Berenstain Bears, but I have always thought it was the Berenstein
Sure,
Bears.
because that's a name that maybe is closer to a name you've heard before.
Yeah. Now, there's a theory online.
Who ends their name in Stain? It's crazy.
There are so many people, apparently, who think it is the Berenstein Bears, spelled S-T-E-I-N, not A-I-N, which is what it is. There's so many people that think it is the Berenstein Bears that they believe time travelers have gone back in time and changed it to Berenstain Bears.
Why?
And we all still retain our memories.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. But that is what I think may be happening here with the Mr. Microphone. Until and some of you people out there may be able to send us a later version of this commercial. I'll talk about the later version that I did find in a minute. But the version that I saw from 1978 is so old and shitty that it can't be the version that we saw so many times as a kid. Can it?
Why? Why can't it be?
It starts off, it looks so bad. It starts off with 2 just dopes going, hey, what do you got there? Oh, Mr. Microphone. Oh, I heard of that. It's so bad.
Here's all I remember is the guys in the car and the ladies who apparently did not exist.
Right.
And the guy with his radio on his shoulder who was walking down the street singing Jingle Bells.
I don't know about Jingle Bells. There's a guy, there is an African-American gentleman who's like dancing with his ghetto blaster next to his ear. and singing into a microphone at one point.
Yes.
I think there must be a version from 1983 or so that upgraded all of these scenes that we're just not seeing. Anyway, this is a mystery for next year's best ofs. Hopefully some people will do a little research. Now, I was like, this can't be the commercial that I've seen. So I did a little research and I found a version from 1981 or 2, which upgrades the look of the commercial considerably. It looks like a professional commercial again. Right. But the hey good look the hey good looking I'll be back to pick you up later is said by a child on a bike.
Now, I think then that's a reference to the original iconic commercial. And they were having some fun with it.
They're having some fun where they were saying like, oh, even kids can be...
Even kids want to fuck.
And that's what we want to say this Christmas. Even kids want to fuck.
So let them!
Let them, moms!
Let kids fuck each other.
What if it was like 1 year on January 1st, 2017? Every elementary school.
This is a purge scenario?
Yeah, it's not even a purge scenario, but it's like on January 1st, everyone said, look, we know it's New Year's Day. Get your kids in school. I know they traditionally have it off on January 1st.
Right.
Get everyone come to the school because we have something important to say. And every single principal of every single elementary school said, guys, we're not going to look down on you guys anymore. In fact, we encourage you, all of you kids fuck each other. All the time.
All of you small children, you are free to be sexually active.
Do whatever you want. There are no rules anymore.
But look, the only rule is it's got to be consensual.
It's got to be consensual, of course. And have fun.
And have fun.
What do you think would happen?
What do I think? What happened?
And how would they all coordinate
would the parents
this?
all go along with this?
Yeah, they all...
Well, if all the schools got together and said, it's okay.
Anyway, the other weird part about this...
Anyway. Yeah.
The other strange part about this second Mr. Microphone commercial is there is a section where it is a group of Hispanic people sitting around, and it says, Señor Microfono es numero uno. And,
What?
Very weird.
And are they then singing a song in Spanish?
They're not. They're like going yay into their own, or they're going. I don't know.
They're just cheering for the Mr. Microphone.
Yeah, for the Mr. Microphone. And then there's another scene where a 12-year-old girl is at her birthday party and she has a stack of presents and she's opened 10 of them and 9 are Mr. Microphones. And she opens another one and goes, another Mr. Microphone! Yay! And everyone cheers.
I think at that point, the makers of Mr. Microphone were being...
They're stretching the truth little bit.
Come on, guys.
A wee little bit. Come on, guys.
Wow.
Anything? Now, do you have anything to add to the Mr. Microphone mythos?
I was obsessed with it as a child. Never had one.
Never had one, yeah.
I don't even know if I ever saw one in person.
I don't think I had, by the way, the actual legit Ronco Mr. Microphone. I believe I had, my sister, got a Barbie version. And I was like, oh boy, one of these that I have coveted for so long so I could tell women everywhere that I was going to pick them up later.
So that you'll never know the powers of the real Mr. Microphone.
I don't know what radius it would broadcast to. So much is
probably miles.
Probably.
Yeah, I assume. I mean, I'm left to wonder, having never experienced it.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to look up those commercials because I also have not seen them in 30 years.
You'd be shocked at how bad the original one is. It is so shoddily made. There has to be a version from later on in the mid 80s that we watched. I don't know. There has to be. I pray there was.
This is my prayer.
All right. Well, we did it. We talked about it for another year.
There we go. The tradition has been fulfilled.
Yep. It's time to get to our countdown.
Light another candle.
If you're listening, this is, of course, our third episode of our Best of Countdown. We've been counting down the top 15 Comedy Bang Bang episodes of the year, and we in our last episode, we cracked the top 10. On this episode, we'll be hearing from episodes 7 through 4. And additionally... This year, we have been counting down the top 4 live episodes of the year because we went on this multi-country tour to the Canada, as Lisa says, and Australia and the UK, and of course the US.
Of course, the US. Don't forget the Motor City.
Hey, what about New Orleans? All we need is music.
We love it.
Century Boulevard?
We love it.
Look at that bum over there. He's down on his knees.
We love it.
We did 40 dates this year, so we did so many of those that we decided to count down the top 4 live episodes. So we'll be hearing our number 2 live episode this time. So that's exciting. Are you ready to get into the countdown?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear. This is episode number 7.
Number 7.
All right, this is episode number 7, and we've been talking over the past couple of episodes here that the early episodes don't get a lot of love. We do the countdown from Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving.
And it's understandable.
And it's the way of life.
It's the way of the Lion King.
People like the more recent things that they've heard because they're more fresh in their mind, and they forget about how good the older episodes
You know what,
are.
Scott? This makes me sick because people, this disposable culture where it's like, no,
I want it now.
A violent crumble.
Instant gratification. Make me come. Make me come. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, Paul.
I feel like that took a sharp turn.
But weirdly, this particular countdown, a lot of the early episodes are represented. It's almost like people have been keeping track of those early episodes saying, I got to remember to vote for them.
They took your admonishments to heart. Now, this is all you want out of entertainment, is that the people that provide the entertainment,
That when I scold someone,
they scold you and it sticks.
Yeah. So this is episode 390 from December 7th of last year.
Whoa.
That's right.
This is the earliest one, right?
This so far is the earliest
to make
episode.
it to the countdown.
To make it to the, I mean, that's right after Thanksgiving, which was the countdown. And I do have to say, this is the earliest episode. So,
all right. So
November 30th fans, sorry. Sorry, Gilly. This is an episode called The Oh Hello Show. Now,
what's this one all about?
What do you think it might be about?
Probably Jason Mantzoukas up to his usual tricks.
No, it's not Jason Mantzoukas. It is our good friend, Eugene Merman from New York.
Oh, sure.
Eugene Merman, every once in a while, he'll come out maybe once a year and he'll do an episode with us. And he came out this year in December and did one episode with us.
Eugene is fun and he's funny. I like being around him.
I like it. I like everything about it.
I like you.
I like you a lot. I love you.
I love you.
So it's Eugene Merman, and it's also Nick Kroll and John Mulaney.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. At the time they were just about, at the time of the recording, I believe they were just about to go out to New York to do the Oh Hello Show off Broadway.
Yeah, and everyone told them, don't do that.
Don't do that. That'll never amount to anything.
About? Yeah.
And instead, it amounted to everything.
Yeah.
Because they are currently in the middle of a sold-out Broadway run, which is acclaimed and has been extended.
And here's me. I'm wearing a barrel with suspenders.
Is your name JCPenney?
Sure it is.
Do you know that old joke?
No.
Guy or a kid, probably. I don't know. I heard it when I was a kid, so maybe I'm imagining it was
a guy or a kid.
Walking down the street, sees someone with a great shirt on, says, "Where'd you get that shirt?" And the person says, "Oh, JCPenney." And then walks down the street, sees a guy with a great pair of pants, goes, "Ooh, I love those pants. Where'd you get them?" He goes, JCPenney. Walking down the street, sees a guy with a pair of shoes. "Hey, where'd you get those shoes?" JCPenney. Sees a guy walking down the street, he's got a barrel with suspenders. "What's going on with you?" He goes, "My name's JCPenney."
People have stolen his clothes.
People have stolen his clothes, you see.
One item at a time.
Mm-hmm. I submitted that.
They've remained in the area.
Would it surprise you, Paul, to learn that I submitted that joke to Reader's Digest, Laughter is the Best Medicine, as a child? You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I remember doing shit like that when I was a kid and how important it was.
Yes. And I would scour Reader's Digest every year.
To see your name in print in a magazine?
Oh my God, how amazing would that? And now our names are in print and magazine, and we throw them away. And we're like, oh God, another fucking magazine.
It disgusts me.
I need more room in my apartment for cat skeletons. So Laughter is the best medicine. Humor in uniform.
That's right.
I can't remember what the other ones were.
There were a
There were
number
a few,
of them.
and that
Yeah.
was all I would read Reader's Digest for, would be those 5 pages of jokes that they would have. Anyway.
One was like, what was it, like abortion doctor?
Abortion doctor? That was not a section in Reader's Digest.
It was jokes that were overheard at an abortion doctor.
No. They were medical
They
jokes,
weren't. Yeah, they were medical jokes. They weren't about abortions.
But they were overheard
It
at
just
abortion
happened-
clinics?
It was very specifically overheard at an abortion clinic.
Okay, I don't know that you're remembering this right.
I remember they were funny jokes.
But, all right, let's listen to this. This was Nick Kroll and John Mulaney, of course, playing their characters, George and Gil. Very popular now. They're on Broadway, and which is no surprise that they've been well represented on the Countdown here. And we're going to hear a little bit of Gil and George talking about what they've been up to back last December. This is your episode 7.
Number 7.
When we walk in a room, no matter what we think it is, you go.
You say yes.
You say yes, sit down.
What are some of the situations you've walked into rooms and it's not been what you expected?
Oh boy. Well, we thought we were on Wheel of Fortune once.
Mm-hmm. What did it turn out to be?
It was a support group
For parents who had lost kids to drug and alcohol.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
We thought it was a taping of Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, and how long did you think it was still a taping of Wheel of Fortune?
Well, a half hour. Wheel of Fortune's a half hour.
So when it hit 31 minutes and you said, wait a minute, this can't be Wheel of Fortune.
No, this poor woman who is just bereft is not. She hasn't touched a single thing and turned over a
I turned to
letter.
Gil famously and I said, I don't think that's Vanna White at all.
That was famous.
Yes, but we've had our run on TV as well. We had a game show that was stupendous.
What game show?
You know what?
You had a
You
game
know
show?
what?
You know what? That's
No,
what
I
it's called.
don't.
No,
Oh, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
So Gil was the host, and
Okay.
contestants would come on. This is back when you could smoke on TV.
Oh,
and
yeah. A great era.
They would try to guess what I knew.
Okay.
Yeah, and so let's say I'm the host. I go, oh, hello, Jandem Shurgil Faisan, and welcome to You Know What. And the contestant today is Scott Aukerman.
Oh, I'm the contestant. Oh, great. Okay, great. I get to play.
You went through the whole vetting process.
I did?
Yeah.
I guess I was
You
unaware
had
of that.
a pre-production meeting with a producer.
Oh,
They went
you,
over
wait,
to-
you
I
waited
apologize.
online on Fifex for
I
an hour.
apologize. And I'm in costume, too.
You're wearing a cow costume? Yeah.
And that's not even part of this, I
Don't
found out. once I
hi-hat
got
us
in.
when you're the loser that wanted to be on You Know
I
What.
apologize. All right. So here we go. Hello.
All right.
Thank
so
you for having me.
Scott,
Gil, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, such much where you hail from?
I'm from California.
California, New Mexico, baby. All right.
Okay.
Our first, so Scott's your first guest, and so guess what George here is thinking?
Scott,
Yes.
I know something. Do you know what it is? You know what?
Gil, can I ask you one question about the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I just supposed to guess anything he knows, or what
That's
he's
right,
what he's
Scott.
thinking right now?
What? That's the game. If you win, you will get a 1982 Chrysler New Yorker.
In '82. When was this game show on?
1981.
Oh wow! So it was a future car.
Next year's model, baby.
Okay, great.
I mean, we were playing with Koch money at that point.
Okay. So I'm supposed to guess something you know.
I know something, Scott, but do you know what?
2 + 2 = 4.
That's not it.
You lose. Thanks for playing. That's the game.
Wait, so you don't?
That's the whole thing.
You don't know that fact, or that's not the fact? I'm still confused on the rules of the game.
You saying I'm a fucking idiot? I don't know 2 + 2 = 4. I know that.
Okay, so that is in the realm of things you.
that's
but it's not what
I
he's
know.
thinking.
Okay.
That's not what he knows.
Okay, so you're thinking of a thing. Can I play again?
Of course.
Okay.
We will play for a long time.
And with the same player
Yeah.
each time. All
This
right.
is why the show was canceled almost immediately.
When you say almost, how long did it
During
take?
a run-through.
Okay.
We were getting it on its feet, and the head of the network back then, Cy
Fartman.
Cy Fartman.
Cy Fartman.
He came down and he said, no, okay, guys, I told you no.
The guy with 2 noises in his name.
Yeah.
That's how you knew he liked it. That was if he liked it.
That was a compliment.
You did not want to hear what he sounded like if he didn't.
He'd light up 4 cigarettes and then throw them at you.
Okay, so
this was not for the Classic Network. You know what I
Okay.
mean? This was for at the time like a high school TV station.
oh, were you guys in? No, this is way after you guys were out of high
teaching.
school.
We were teaching. George, at that point, you were still at SUNY Yonkers? Or
No, I was a shit story professor at SUNY Yonkers, Go Zebras, for 5 years, and then I left because of some stuff. But that's all in sealed documents, so that doesn't matter.
sex for grace.
But that's a statute of limitations on that. So
but that's over now.
Yeah, that's not a problem anymore.
And and at that point, I was teaching performing arts at. Do you know the school Fame?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I taught at a school called Anonymous.
Oh, okay. So the exact opposite.
Yes.
It was for people with no shot.
Ugly kids.
Ugly untalentos.
Okay. And what were the productions like? I can only imagine.
We did Noklahoma.
Noklahoma?
Noklahoma.
It was opposite productions.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Jesus Christ Superstar? Did you ever do a production that was a lot like that one?
We did a similar one, but it was called Moses.
Struggling acting.
Okay. What about the Phantom of the Opera? Was that? I can't imagine would have been.
We did the good-looking guy that's allowed to be at the opera.
So the opera part was not opposite. That's interesting.
No, because the opposite of a phantom of an opera is a guy that's allowed to be at an opera. Okay. Oh, you're thinking stupidly that it would be the ghost of the ballet, but you don't get opposites and you don't get basic things.
And then Guys and Dolls, we did Chicks and Teddy Bears.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
was
makes
a
sense.
porno. That was a straight life porno.
Okay.
That was a straight life.
I'm interested in that one. I would have liked to see that.
So were the
instead of Les
authorities.
Miserables, instead of Les Miserables, we did Los Homies. And there was 3 homies having the best day of their fucking lives.
Wearing high black socks and
a shirt button to the top.
and real long shorts and flippies, flip flops.
Yeah,
Name another musical and we'll tell you what the opposite is.
Oh, sure. Annie, get your gun.
Oh,
Bernie gets
your gun.
Bernie Gets.
About Bernie Getz, the subway vigilante.
Oh, okay. The Talk to the Dog?
Yeah, no, that's
the
That's Son of Sam.
Yes.
I get
Son
them
of Sam.
very mixed up a lot.
Well, you're not bright and you're not educated, but it's not a dig at you.
Well, it seems like very textbook
I'm
dig at
assuming
me.
your parents didn't have a lot of money or something. It's not a dig at you. They didn't work hard. I don't know what happened.
Well, also, I didn't live in New York for a long time.
Okay.
It's not very important to
and
California.
of course that's your fault.
That's your fault.
Okay.
We were lucky enough to be born, not lucky, we were correctly born in the East Coast.
Okay.
And in New York at a time when guys like us in the 70s, when the Son of Sam was doing his thing, and he was a buddy, he was a friend, he was a dear friend.
You guys knew him.
David Berkowitz was a dear friend.
Good friend. We were better friends with his dog.
People don't know David said that the dog told him to do the murders.
Right.
And what gets lost is that the dog could talk.
Oh, that was real.
But
Everyone thought he was hallucinating.
No, he could
No, he
talk,
could
but
talk.
but the dog was a pacifist.
Yeah, the dog was
Okay.
like a Quaker, kind of really into peaceful,
spiritual
nonviolence.
guy.
So the weird part of the story is that
Yeah, to throw the dog under the bus,
Oh,
frankly, it was kind of lousy. And I said that to David the last time we visited him.
you visited him in
yeah,
jail.
we go to him in jail, and he wants candy bars and
He
shit.
would, and then he would give us some sort of arts crafts. We'd get oh great,
another thing you made
cozy.
with toilet paper rolls. Thank you.
Thanks, a cozy for my tea.
Yeah.
You're a nobody, and you're not famous anymore, is what we would say.
But he's more famous now that he's in jail, isn't he?
They did that Spickley movie about him.
That's true. I just want to keep saying musicals. Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
The Department Store of Dreams.
Okay.
And that was
a musical we did about Bloomingdale's.
Yeah. Bloomingdale's, you know how to blue my nails.
Blue, meaning paint. Blue.
Exactly. We put blue paint on our nails, and then we would go to the yogurt. You go down to the
Go to
cafeteria
the 40 carat.
and get yogurt, and
Yeah, I do know.
and then look at close from Perry Ellis and think, how do you stay around?
How are you still a thing?
Van Heusen,
Yeah.
who are your shirts for?
No, miss, I don't want to buy this Nautica shirt. I want to know about the whole operation.
My question is, where do clothes go if they don't get sold?
I guess these people who run the store can get them, or they go into the remainder bin.
I think that all those people get all the clothes that a store doesn't.
They probably go back and they burn them.
That's funny.
Burn clothes. We would.
What we did, the bombing we did.
Yeah.
The bombing? What?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Are we allowed to talk about this now?
Yeah.
I think so.
Enough time's passed. We were political subversives. Me and Gil and our friend Bernard back in Vermont.
I guess
Is this Bernie Getz?
But no, but it's and everybody knows him now as Bernie Sanders.
Oh, wait, he's going by Bernie now?
Yeah, he's going by Bernie now.
You haven't kept up with Bernie Sanders? He's in the new. He's running for president.
Fucking Bernard is running for president of what? The Dandruff on Blazer Society?
No.
You're kidding me.
No, he's running for president. Bernie, he goes by Bernie to sound young. So Bernie Sanders
wait a minute.
for president of the United States.
Bernard.
Our equal.
Yeah.
In all sorts of ways.
Wait. So you guys are like the Three Musketeers?
We were in the Burlington Three.
Right.
We were part of the Burlington Three, and we bombed the Burlington Coat Factory.
The original. No. And they bounced back in a huge way.
Well, they started that guarantee that people are going to like the way they look.
That's Mint's Warehouse.
Which we also bombed. But that's because I thought that the guy that owned it was Judge Zimmerman from the Trayvon Martin case. But really, it was a guy named George Zimmer something else. The point of it is, Jingleheimer Schmidt, I blew up your store, sir. And I'm sorry.
Oh, you are sorry. You're apologizing.
I'm not a monster. I just don't want to get caught.
People don't realize that G. St. G's got a lot of remorse in him.
So wait a second. Let me get back to this. We were three. We were the Burlington Three.
The Burlington Three.
I thought we might still be fugitives.
No, we're
and
done.
Bernie is running for president.
Bernie's running for president of the United States of America, and he's got a great chance of beating it like a suede jacket.
Did he get some sort of amnesty or something? Or, I mean...
Well, what's the deal with this?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in hiding. And he's out
You
there?
haven't exactly been in hiding, by the way.
That's true.
Because I would say you actually skirt a beautiful line between agoraphobia and egomaniacal rampages.
Right. I won't leave the apartment for weeks, but I love to do panel, and I really work on stories for it. But you're still wanted, aren't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm wanted in a couple different states. Well, because I was I don't like to brag about it, but I was the founder and head of the Occupy Walgreens movement.
You're not talking about Occupy Wall Street?
No, love Wall Street. They keep this country moving.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like my money to grow in the bank.
Fucking store, Walgreens.
Oh, what's your beef with them?
I'm so sick of the 1%, Scott.
The 1% of...
Milk, 1% milk.
Okay.
I want 2% or I want whole milk.
Usually they serve 2%. I haven't seen a lot
At
of one.
Walgreens? At Walgreens?
At Walgreens. Okay.
So, the 99% of people want to be able to just buy razor blades, and because of these fat cats, they're behind plastic, and I have to flag down a guy with dreads tied in a ponytail.
Well, nowadays
I'm
you
gonna
can just
blow up Walgreens.
You can just press the button.
What?
And it emits a high-pitched sound, and someone comes over.
And then
sounds
a dog,
good.
and then a dog runs over, and then a dog comes up and tries to bite your face off. No, right? They don't let dogs in Walgreens, do they?
You're breaking down. What is wrong with you?
Come on.
Gil, come on.
I don't like being back in Los Angeles. There's pit bulls everywhere.
Don't worry, and you're not going to see any of the raccoons.
Yeah, you may see Pitbull, although he tends to hang out in Miami.
He loves Miami with the raccoons. There's a lot of raccoons here.
Yeah, you don't like raccoons?
No, these people take them inside and they start shampooing them and everything seems so cute. And then they have those human gloved hands and they grab your eyeball and pop it in your mouth like a garlic stuffed
They pop
olive.
it in your mouth?
Yeah, they make you eat your own eyeball.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, then I'm going back to Vermont if we're allowed, because I have fond memories with the health food store. Remember when we blew out Bobby D's?
Yeah, we had a health food store. We had a rival health food store with Robert Durst.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew Robert Durst, too? You know
Bob
everybody.
Durst?
Bobby D.
Robert Durst, he's famous now.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's on the Jinx.
Yeah, the Jinx.
Yeah, Andrew Jarecki and Robert Durst. You have a real psychotic megalomaniac, and then there's Robert Durst.
Yeah, he was a good friend of ours, Bobby D. Back in his Vermont days, we were up there too.
So so it's a funny story. So okay, so we knew Bob Durst, our mothers jumped off the same roof. So, okay, cut to the 70s.
Cut to from what? From the jumping off the roof? Or?
Beginning of time.
Okay.
Any story I'm telling, cut to the 70s.
Okay,
all right?
so beginning of
They all
time.
begin.
Big Bang.
CBGBs.
Look,
Big Bang.
The Big Bang. All you need to know, there is an Earth. Now cut to the 70s because that's where my anecdotes begin.
Great. All right.
So we find out the little worm ass Bobby Durst opened a health food store. So I say to Gilly, let's get in the Rabbit. Let's drive down there. And let's open up our own health food store. So we go.
And this is all just Tiger Milk bars at this point. That's what a health food store is.
And we bought this real hard, awful corn from this Indian reservation because these guys didn't know what money was. We were giving them, little drawer rings I made. They didn't know currency. So I figured if we really cheat these Indians from their reservation, we could get food so dirt cheap that we could drive Bob Durst's store out of fucking business.
Right.
So we start selling, really rotten food to people, but we're making a profit.
Yeah, these idiots don't know that it's terrible.
Okay.
And
because health food in general is terrible.
Yeah, so it's such a new trend that they didn't know that we were selling old food and dirt.
Right.
So Robert Durst comes over. I'll never forget it. He goes, "You guys, you're driving me out of business. Please. This is the one thing in my life that calms me down.
I feel happy and content here with my wife. If I go back to New York, I don't know what's going to happen."
Yeah, and I go, well, maybe we'll play fair, or maybe you could suck a fuck because life's a game, asshole, and you can kill or be killed. And I remember he looked at me and he said, "I understand." The next day, he's loading up a tractor trailer. The wife is crying.
Yeah.
They're going back to New York.
And we had it was a laugh, and it was such a fun time.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Oh, no, we
No,
saw
we saw
him in
him,
New York a few times. Or we said we saw him.
What is that? What do you mean by
Well,
that?
he's mad at him. Gil's mad at him because he stole his thing.
What's your thing? What's his? What? What was your thing?
I don't remember.
Well,
Burping?
Yes, Gil burps when he's
Oh,
guilty.
that's right.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows the guy's Robert Burps now, but that was me. I was originally the burp guy. If I'm lying, I
He
burp.
starts burping.
Yeah.
You don't want to be known as that guy.
Well, you take what you get your branding and you stick to it.
A brand is a brand,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, like, is that your salmon on the comforter? See, he's
You
lying.
didn't even lie. You didn't even say yes or no. You just burped.
The burp implies the lie, I think, right?
Okay.
But
No,
it
wait.
doesn't. But it's not like he didn't burp if he didn't do it.
Right.
Okay.
Right? Like, did you kill Nicole Brown Simpson?
No.
Okay. See.
Okay,
Did you
great.
Did you kill Ron Goldman? See.
Hey, what were you doing? Killing Ron Goldman and not... I think the same person killed both of them.
No.
Oh,
No.
You don't understand anything about anything,
Dude,
man.
it was Orenthal James.
Do you even understand what Brentwood was like in the 90s?
Yes! I lived around here.
The Metzaluna scene. Do you know how many rivalries were going on in Metzaluna?
okay, I
Those
guess
of you
I
who
don't know.
don't know about Metzaluna.
That's the
Everyone
restaurant
knows.
that Ron Goldman worked at.
I refuse to believe anyone needs an explanation of Metzaluna, the restaurant where Ron Goldman worked.
Number 7.
Oh, boy.
Those guys,
They can go for hours. And I'd like them to.
they can go.
What were you guys?
Nothing.
Oh, Paul, can I talk to you
I'm
for 1
happy
second?
for them. I'm happy for them.
Paul, I'm grabbing your arm. Can I come on? Can I talk to you for
What
1
is
second? Can they go what?
I was going to say a mean thing, and then I restrained myself.
Why would you say a mean thing to them?
I mean, they're, they got that Broadway run, and my play flopped.
What was your play again?
It was called Hamiltons.
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 Yes, and it was about Alexander Hamilton making the perfect salad.
The inventor of the Caesar salad himself,
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamiltons.
And this came out well after Hamilton.
Oh, so long after. Like it had been an established hit.
Oh, yeah, everyone knew it.
I'd never heard of it. And I thought, the time is right. The time is right.
The time is right for having fun and to dancing in the street. Don't forget the Motor City.
Yeah,
Down in New Orleans.
You've seen that video where they take the music out.
Oh, I was just referencing it yesterday.
It's tremendous.
It's so funny.
It's really
my
whoever
favorite
did
viral
that-
video of all time.
So good.
Other
So
than the
good.
Mr. Microphone video. All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, we're actually going to hear our live entry after this. This will be number 3 in our live entry. We will be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Food. We all eat it. Controversial, I know. But a lot of people, when it comes to food, they don't quite know what to do at home. We all know that eating out all the time, it's expensive, it's probably bad for you, and you're not a Renaissance king to have food delivered to you all the time. Or are you? Because there's a new thing in town I'm very excited about. It's called Blue Apron. You guys know Blue Apron. Fresh, high quality, tasting better ingredients. Is that a sentence? I'm not sure. But their ingredients taste better. You can't dispute that. You want to know where your food comes from, right? Well, Blue Apron has a great impact on the community because they have established partnerships with over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the United States. So as a result, seafood is sourced sustainably under standards developed in partnership with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. Very important. Beef is raised humanely, chickens are free range, and pork is raised naturally. This food is great. Regenerative. Did I say that right? Do I always have a problem with that particular word? Regenerative. That it doesn't sound like it is right, but it is right. Regenerative. No. Blue Apron, you're killing me. Why put in this word? It regenerates a lot. I can say that. Regenerative. It should be like regenerative. I don't know. Anyway, these farming practices are dynamite, and they are used for produce. Blue Apron can be delivered to 99% of the continental U.S. and 99.5% of food deserts. Because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe, they're also reducing food waste. So they're not sending you a bunch of stuff you're just going to throw in the garbage. Cooking together builds strong family bonds, and Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often, and you're not going to spend a lot by eating out. So, for less than $10 per meal, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Blue Apron knows that when you cook with incredible ingredients, you make incredible meals. So they set the highest quality standards for their community of artisanal suppliers, family-run farms, fisheries, and ranchers. What are some of the meals we have in December? Roasted pork and braised cabbage with barley and glazed apples, num-num-nummers. Thai green coconut curry with sweet potato and jasmine rice. Brown butter and chestnut gnocchi with Brussels sprouts and pea shoot salad. This is high-quality stuff. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/CBB. You're going to love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait. That's blueapron.com/CBB. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Comedy Bang Bang back here.
You startled me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Have you been here this whole time?
Wait, you feel like you've been doing the show alone?
I mean,
I'm not an imaginary person.
you're not Mr. Robot? Are you Mr. Robot?
What if one of us was an imaginary person to the other? How weird would that be?
Aw.
And that when people were listening to these episodes, it was just me rambling for a long time and then taking long breaks for pauses.
I'm the imaginary guy?
I mean, in my scenario, but in the opposite scenario.
But wait, what if I am imaginary?
That's true. I mean, you have all of the aspects of an imaginary person.
What does that mean?
You dress like an imaginary person.
That's what I thought.
You have a big beard.
I don't want to have this beard.
I know. What do you have the beard for?
This is for a bajillion.
Bajillion dollar properties.
Because the first couple seasons I had a fake beard, which added time to everyone's day.
Yeah, and you weren't able to be an hour late.
That's right.
And so you wanted the luxury
That's right.
of blaming Obama for traffic.
Right. That's right. Thanks, Obama. And so I thought, well, I'll just grow a beard. It'll be easier. And it is.
Does it hurt?
But it's so painful. It's so painful because it's growing back into my face.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Here's a serious question. Do you have to cut it every day in order to keep it the same length, or do you make the makeup
Not every
people
day.
do that?
No, it's I think I've trimmed it a couple times since I started growing in August. But it's not uncomfortable or anything. I just don't like it.
Are
I don't
you
like
on the last day of shooting going to shave when they yell? And that is a season wrap on Paul F. Tompkins.
I thought about shaving at the wrap party.
Yeah. Oh, in front of
taking
everyone.
some clippers and yeah.
That'll slow the party down for a good.
You don't think people
Half
love
hour.
to see shit like that?
That's true.
When somebody gets a haircut, it's the best.
Wait, are you just
That's why
hanging
there's all
around
these crowds
barbershops?
around barbershops.
That's why they have clear windows too.
Yeah. They know what side their bread is buttered on. People love watching other people's hair go away.
Go away. It's not going away. It's going onto the floor.
Oh, I never thought to look down.
Wait, you've never looked down on the floor? It just vanishes from your field of vision?
I just thought it went away.
Okay. Wait a minute. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When people drop money on the ground, do you think it just disappears as well? Are you dropping money on the ground? Have you ever dropped money?
Well, sometimes if I have too much money, I'm like, I got to get rid of this. I'll just send it to the away place. And I just let go of it with my fingers.
Have you ever had a pet? Have you ever had a pet?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of pet have you had?
Birds.
Okay,
They're in cages, you know.
Yeah, and they're in your...
Yeah, I've had all kinds of eye level.
They're right at
pets.
eye level.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember having a cat that would appear and disappear periodically.
All right. I could do this for hours.
And
we have been.
And we have it. Come on, we have a good time.
All right,
we have a good time. Hold on, there's more time for this. Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, here's a serious entreaty to the audience. If someone could keep track of the sound effects we already have for the sound effects record.
Yes, yeah. What are they?
Well, I know we have water being poured into a glass many times.
Yes.
So we have a number of options to choose from when we finally put the album together of that track.
Right.
That's the only one I can remember
That's
right
the only.
now.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's of course the train and the Doppler effect. Ding 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 ding.
Okay.
Okay, we got that.
That's not the train?
That. What do you mean that?
Are the train and the Doppler effect two separate sound effects?
Well, the train is the sound of the train is experiencing the Doppler effect.
Yes.
One could not literally record the Doppler effect without recording the thing that is experiencing the Doppler effect.
Scott, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It was your phrasing of we have the train and the Doppler effect. That's what made me think that you have, in your mind,
Have
another
recorded two
track.
things?
There's
No.
a track called the Doppler effect.
This is just combined.
Okay, my mistake.
There could be two tracks, one train and one passing train, which
Did you
would.
see that viral video? 2 tracks, 1 train?
Well, so what was your entreaty, by the way? It was
Please let us know what tracks we already have
already have.
because we got to fill 99.
We got to fill 99 tracks, and we got to get to business on this.
Because I would eventually like to put out a sound effects record.
Much like Please Don't Joke About iRobot This Christmas, we need to get this out next year in the stores.
No, we're not going to get it out next year.
We're not going to get the sound effects record out next year?
I don't think we're going to
Do
get
you think that'll be the
99.
last episode that we ever record?
Yes.
Will just be a sound effects record.
Will just be the sound effects record. 99 sound effects in a row. Number 1 with a bullet. No, I think we said number 11 was the glass.
Yeah.
Was the water in the glass.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, please let us know because we are struggling here.
We got a lot of tracks to put down. I can't even think of that many sounds. How many sounds are
Like I
there?
said, there's birds. That's all I can
water
think
in a
of.
glass, the Doppler effect,
The end.
Princey's Train.
Prince's Train? What?
Princey's Train. I love that movie.
Look, we got to get to our next clip.
All
right, this is your number 3.
Number 3.
That's right. This is number 3 of the live tracks. And this is an interesting one, Paul. This is some of these picks for the live tracks are kind of atypical. Look, we did a ton of episodes.
We did.
And
but you're saying some people made, like the voters chose poorly.
no, they didn't choose poorly.
oh.
What's interesting to me is we did so many episodes in a row in the U.S. tour.
Yes.
And not a lot of those made it, but these little interesting ones, Montreal, for instance, with the Oh Hello guys, Sydney, out there in the middle of nowhere.
Good eye.
And then this is the only one you weren't at, Paul. This is live from Comic-Con, July 25th.
Fuck this.
No, Paul, come back.
No, I'm not going to talk.
Come back, Paul, come back.
Do it.
Come back.
Do it.
You just want me to talk about it?
Yeah, you got it.
I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry you weren't there. You decided to go to New York. You were invited.
It's great.
You were invited. All right.
Enjoy, everybody.
Okay. All right. Okay. This was live from Comic-Con. Every year I try to go down to Comic-Con and do an episode down there. Usually I'm down there for business and pleasure reasons. And a lot of people are down there as well. And this time we had a great group. We have Lauren.
Sounds great.
We have Lauren Lapkus, Jason Mantzoukas, John Gabris, our good old intern Gino, and of course Thomas Middleditch happened to be down there as well. And this sort of acts as a de facto sequel to the Kid Detectives saga because Thomas and Lauren decided to do the Kid Detectives together.
The best.
If you're gonna talk on mic.
Oh, I didn't realize I was talking.
You realized you were sarcastically talking, didn't you?
What?
Feel free to chime in. Just do it on mic.
You got it.
Now, listeners will be interested to know that we had a couple of celebs in the audience watching this. We had from the TV show Orphan Black, we had Tatiana Maslany, and we also had Christian Brun. They were in the audience. They happened to be there for Orphan Black, and when they heard the lineup, they said, "We got to get over there." And they came out and watched this episode. So imagine that while you're listening to it.
Hope they had fun.
This is you've picked it as the number 2. Did I say number 3 before? Because it is number 2. This is
Even better.
This is actually the number 2 episode of the live episodes. This is live from Comic-Con, your number 2.
Number 2.
JJ Murphy, it's so great to see you again.
Great to see you, sir. It's a pleasure.
It's such a pleasure.
The pleasure is all ours.
The pleasure is ours. Just before this, I was showing my sister how far I can tuck my dinger behind my legs.
It looks like a real pussy.
Yeah. I was so excited I could tuck it all the way and touch the rim of my hole.
Wait, that's where we're starting?
If you go for the super deep tuck, it creates a little fold.
Good tip.
Which is nice.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thanks, mister.
That'll come in handy later.
Cool.
All right, so for those of you who don't know and haven't listened to their episodes, JJ and Murphy are a couple of kids who fancy themselves to be kid detectives.
Fancy ourselves.
More like ourselves. Yeah, and actually we got a hot new case.
Oh boy, it's a big one.
You have a new case, really?
Yeah.
Whose mic do we need to switch out?
I don't know.
I think it's JJ's.
Nope. I think you mean the other one.
What's wrong with it?
Hello?
Yes, it's bad.
It's yours.
Let me check these. I'm sorry, this is my job. I forgot to do this part. Test. Check. 1.
Gino.
1.
Gino, your mic.
1.
Gino, your mic is fine.
Mine's good. 1. 2. Yep, it's not me.
Okay.
And sound speeds.
So JJ Murphy, you have a brand new case.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever solve your first case? Your first case was the case of your dead mother?
Yes, we figured out that you killed her, sir.
No. You may have figured that out, but it was not the case.
We'll let the courts decide.
Are you currently involved in a legal?
I have a trial in 2017 regarding this matter. So what is your new case?
Well, we've actually got a pretty fun thing.
Yeah, we've been hired by the FBI. Whoa!
The Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The very one.
Yeah, they really liked our work, and they said, "Hey, we got a big case for you, and it's big."
Oh, so big.
And then he showed us his donger.
And it was big.
Wait, that's the case?
He said, "We have a big case for you. Look."
Yeah, and we said, "Yup," and then he tucked it back in and then gave us the case files.
Are you sure this guy wasn't a female body inspector?
Yeah,
Because I got confused a couple of times.
Yeah.
I reported a terrorist to a guy selling T-shirts on the shore one time. And he was like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm like, well, don't wear an FBI tank top.
Whoa.
That's cool.
That's the reaction I was hoping for.
Can I ask what was in the case files?
Well, we weren't supposed to share it.
But
Is it classified?
yeah. But we kind of hit a snag, so we're hoping you guys can help out.
Crack the case.
Okay, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation is located where?
For Washington Lane.
What was that?
It was for Washington Lane, Florida.
Florida. Duh.
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, no doy. Dur. Now listen, sir.
You're so polite. I've always loved that about you two.
Now listen, sir.
The case involved a pretty high-ranking official in U.S. government. Ever heard of it?
Well, we're in the throes of an election now, so it's on a lot of people's minds.
Yes, he's a senator.
The Senator of Delaware.
His name's Professor Buttskin.
Wait, is that his name or is that his code name in the case?
Jason, you need to pay attention to politics, because you've never heard of Professor Buttskin, Senator of Delaware?
He goes by Professor, though?
Yeah, why would
His first
Professor
name is
take
Professor.
precedent over Senator?
His first name is Professor. Last name Buttskin?
Yeah, it's Senator Professor Buttskin.
Of Delaware.
Anyway, he lost his favorite jelly bean, and we gotta track it down.
It was a cute little red one. His fave. It's so sweet, like cherries.
Yeah, because that's the flavor of it.
It was his favorite jelly bean.
Oh, yes, sir.
Out of how many jelly beans does he have?
The world.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, his favorite in
What?
the world?
What do you mean, the world?
The world of jelly beans? That was his favorite one.
He's the Senator of Delaware, sir. He knows a thing or two about jelly beans.
So he sent you guys to San Diego on the trail of a red jelly bean?
Well, he sent the FBI on the trail, and the FBI outsourced to us kid detectives. And then we sniffed it out to San Diego.
Yeah,
Okay, so you were in Florida originally.
you bet.
Yeah.
And what brought the case here?
Well, you'll never believe it.
Try me. I would love to
Yeah.
believe it.
Well, first we followed our noses.
Yeah. Yeah, we spent a good, 60 to 68 days with our nose on the ground, sniffing the grass and the dirt.
And then we 69'd. On the 69th day.
On the 69th day, we thought, hey, wait, you don't have the jelly bean, do you?
In your butt? Let me see.
Yeah. So I showed her my butt, and then I made sure I sniffed her vagina. So I smelled it real good, and I didn't smell cherry, that's for sure.
That had layers.
So after
That
that,
had real layers.
so after that body inspection, you were still no closer to finding the jelly bean.
But by the time we woke up, we were in San Diego.
Yeah, because we...
You guys are right. I am having trouble believing this.
You woke up after the 69th
We
day.
fell asleep during. It was so good.
Wait, those two things work against each other.
It was so comforting, sir.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sir, we've been doing that since we were little.
In the womb.
Yeah, ever since we've had trouble sleeping, we always smell each other's butts or vaginas.
So you fell...
And we fell asleep so hard we flew across the country.
Wait,
Meaning
how?
someone took you and flew you?
Yeah, how?
I guess.
All we know is that when we left the airport, a couple of men said, "You're welcome."
Now come on.
And what do these men look like? Could you describe them or?
Tall, big eyes like aliens.
Yeah, bald.
Like aliens?
Yeah, paper white skin.
like aliens.
3 fingers on each hand, like aliens.
It sounds like you guys were transported here via the Greys.
No. You do the math.
What math?
I think the math is you guys smelled the ground for 68 days, then sniffed each other's taints, and then aliens dropped you in San Diego. But the only thing on your mind is finishing this mission to find the
We
jelly.
gotta finish it, or we won't get paid.
Yeah.
How much do you guys get paid for a case like this?
1 jelly bean.
Not his favorite jelly bean.
Oh no.
No, it's any old jelly bean. That'll do, sir.
Then we eat it like Lady and the Tramp.
How's that?
We each take an end and we chomp slowly while finger banging each other.
You chomp slowly through a jelly bean?
Yeah, and
I don't know that there's.
That's the part that tripped you up, man.
How many chomps can you get into a jelly bean?
I don't know. Ask an owl.
Commercial.
That's a question for a cartoon owl.
I finger his butthole and he fingers my vagina. What more do you need to know?
I don't know.
Anyway, we're hoping that you can, help us find this jelly bean.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
what
need
are the
any
clues? What are the clues that we have so far?
Okay, well, it's pretty little.
The jelly bean is.
So far we know it's little, it's red.
This sounds like a job for the Clues Brothers. Clues Brothers 2000. That's my favorite one.
Little red. Little red. Little Red Riding
Hood.
How many words is that?
4 words.
4 Washington Lane.
But that can't be where it is. That's where he is.
Who is?
The senator. The senator of Delaware is in 4 Washington Lane, Florida.
Well, he's being captured by the FBI until the jelly bean is rescued.
He's been captured?
I thought he assigned you this
I
case.
thought this was his case.
I thought the FBI assigned you guys the case.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, so are you guys reporting to the FBI or Professor Buttskin?
We're reporting to the FBI. Ancient agent.
Agent?
Ancient agent.
Ancient agent?
Ancient agent.
King
Is that a name?
Tut's agent.
They describe their agents by how old they are.
He's ancient. He was dug up from King Tut's tomb.
Yeah.
So he's King Tut.
No, he's
his agent.
Imogen Hotep or whatever.
This is like a who's buried in Grant's tomb kind of situation.
I don't know, sir. All we need to find out is where this jelly bean is, or maybe we've been set up.
Oh no.
Maybe it's here in this room.
Who's got it? All right, dingers, raise your hand if you got our jelly bean.
Maybe you should look for clues.
How many people are in here?
Yeah, how many?
Someone
boy.
said I've got it.
But that would put an end to all of this.
If we found the jelly bean, what could we do next?
Someone's about to give up their last
I literally
Molly
think
pill.
someone is holding a jelly bean, which is unsettling to say the least.
Bring it
A
here.
loose jelly bean.
A random.
Bring it here. Bring it to
Bring
us.
it up here. Bring it up here, sir.
You know that not just any red jelly bean is the red jelly bean.
This guy's wife was like, "Don't bring the fucking jelly bean to the show."
They're
He's like,
never
"Trust
gonna
me."
ask for it.
Okay, hang on. Stay right here. Stay right here.
Stay right
Turn
here,
around.
creep.
Turn around and face these people. This is a Skittle. Get out of here!
Out of here!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Hey,
No!
Boo!
Do you really think
How
we're that
dare-
dumb?
how dare you disrespect 2 incestual twins?
They're looking
These are
for
2 children that sniff each other's privates and are on a serious mission.
And
you
you're
come up,
you're distracting them with a Skittle, you asshole?
Jesus Christ.
These are kids. These kids have hopes. They hope to solve a case and get their fingers in each other's wet, sticky holes.
This isn't some bullshit Zodiac thing where, everyone's just solving puzzles on the fucking crosswords or whatever. This is a real fucking case.
Wait, what's that, Gino?
I don't know.
Number 2.
Oh, so funny. Paul, I'm sorry you weren't there.
Yeah.
Are you ready to talk again?
Sure.
I'm sorry. You chose not to come.
Yep.
What's wrong? What's really wrong? What's really wrong?
Everyone liked it so much.
They liked it because it was funny. You thought it was funny. You were laughing harder than anyone while we were listening to it. You were rolling.
Oh, I was looking at something on my phone. Funny.
What were you looking at?
Funny video.
A funny video of what?
A baby and a dog.
What are they doing?
They're having a great time together. Snuggling.
That doesn't sound funny. It sounds heartwarming.
It was funny and heartwarming.
Wait, you were laughing so hard.
That's how I laugh when my heart is warmed.
And can I say you were also laughing anytime anyone said anything funny during the clip?
It's synced up like Dark Side of the Moon and Pink Floyd.
I don't think so. I think
Pink Floyd.
Remember when Dark Side of the Moon and Pink Floyd synced up
perfectly
and made that record that was so popular? All right, we need to take a break.
We need to.
When we come back, we will have the number 6 episode of the year. This is exciting. We're getting all the way up. And this one, Paul, I think you're going to like a little bit more.
I hope so.
All right, we'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang. Hey, everyone. We're brought to you by Squarespace today. Whether you need a landing page, and of course, you and I both are smart, and we know what that is. Whether you need a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it is all included with your Squarespace website. Squarespace is easy. Creating your website with Squarespace is a simple, intuitive process. You can add and arrange your content and features with but the click of a mouse, my dear boy. Free custom domain. Squarespace makes adding a domain to your site very, very simple. If you sign up for a year, you'll receive a custom domain for free for a year. A year for a year. That is their guarantee. 1 year for 1 year. It's very simple. If someone says, what do I get, 360 days? No, a year for a year. And whatever that year happens to be. Hey, come, 2020, we're gonna have a great year because it'll be 366 days. But look, Squarespace has beautiful templates. I'm getting off track, I know. Beautiful, beautiful templates. You can design a best-in-class online store with Squarespace's award-winning templates, customizable settings, all without a single plugin. Commerce, everything you need for commerce. Every aspect of your business is covered. Customer support, they have 24/7 customer support. Every member of the customer care team is an experienced Squarespace user working in a Squarespace office. No outsourcing here. No matter how technical your problem or how trivial or stupid sounding your question, one of their team is always online to assist you. So start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code BANGBANG. You're going to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, set your website apart. Oh, we are back, and boy, we are really getting into it here.
Yeah, man, we are.
We're going to crack the top 5 on this episode.
Scott, I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us, too.
We could have given up. How many times did we want to give up during this process?
How many times, by the way, and we've edited all of them out, but after every sentence, we've checked in and said, do you want to give up?
Yeah, and the response always is, I do, but we shouldn't.
We shouldn't. We need to keep going.
Yeah.
So let's keep doing that. By the way, do you want to give up?
I do, but we shouldn't.
We should keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to keep going. Let's get to it. This is your episode number 6.
Number 6.
All right, this is episode number 6, and let me give you a date that it occurred. This is September 19. The Cuervo Gold. Now, so let's see if you can guess what episode this is. Okay, September, 3rd week of September, what normally happens?
Do I remember
the
very 3rd week of September?
What have we done the past couple of September? Or what happens every year in September? Think of showbiz.
The Showbiz Awards.
Definitely the Showbiz Awards in the field of television.
The Emmy Awards.
That's right, the Emmy Awards. Now, for the past couple of years, there's been a person nominated.
There's been
a person nominated, and everyone from the show
Scott,
comes
shut up. I know exactly what this is.
What are they?
This is going to be an episode with our friend Tatiana Maslany, Kristen Brun, Mary Holland, And myself.
You nailed it. That's right. Episode 446 on September 19th, Scrounging and Lounging.
Scrounging and Lounging.
That's right. Now, both of those guys have, they film up in the Canada.
Look, they film up in the Canada.
You know, they're not down here all the time, although I do believe Christian is moving down here.
He should.
When the show wraps.
Yeah.
But they film up there in Canada. They're not here every week.
She should too.
You know what I mean? Most of show business here.
They listen to the show.
They do, yeah.
Tatiana.
Can we speak to you for 1 second? Especially like they're probably going to listen because their episode is now in the countdown.
Tatiana, could you see us in your kitchen for a second? Will you take this podcast into your kitchen? Tatiana.
Hey.
What are you doing? Of course you're going to move to LA. What are you talking about?
What's happening right now?
You belong here.
You're living in Toronto the rest of your life? Come on.
It's great, but it's time that you got to leave. You got to leave.
You're always writing to me complaining that you don't get CISO up there.
Yeah.
And making me send you all the episodes to take my wife and Bajillion. Just move down here where you can get CISO.
It's CISO all the time down here.
And I know CISO's been promising to be up there in Canada for at least 1 calendar year.
But listen, just between you and me,
They're
lying.
They're lying.
They're lying. To keep
They
you
are
on the hook.
liars. The CISO are the biggest liars in show business.
They lie all the time.
Oh, it's disgusting. They're disgusting.
Tatiana, you belong down here.
You belong here.
You're one of us.
You've heard that song? We love it. Century Boulevard.
Yeah, it's about Los Angeles.
We love it.
Did you not know that? What's about LA?
It's about LA.
It's about LA.
We love it.
We love it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
We'd love it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? We'd love it.
Come down
weed
here.
every day.
Be an LA person. Get
Be an
high
LA
with
person.
us.
Come get high with us every day.
Scott and I, all we do is get high.
And then we record this show.
And then we record
we can't do the show without being high.
Listen, it's true. A lot of people say it and we deny it, but we get high.
We get high before every show.
Every show.
And we hope that you get high while you listen to it and before
This
you
is what
listen
it
to
could
it.
be like. Listen, I know what you're thinking. Oh, am I going to have to hang out with Christian all the time? No. It's a big sprawling city. You'll never
have to see him. Look, the minute that Donnie and Allison wrap their final scene, you never have to lay eyes on that motherfucker ever again.
Yeah. You don't have to go to the rap party because you'll be busy working on another thing.
Yeah, look, they're not going to shift the rap party around your schedule. No.
You're just the lead of the show.
You just leave the show and you're like
18 characters.
You're like, check out the back of my ass, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And you're just out the door.
That's right. And they have their little rap party and they're like, oh, what are we going to do now? All our careers are over.
All of our careers are over. Meanwhile, Emmy winner over here, she gets to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Right. You should be down here.
Should be with the Emmy winners like myself.
Yeah. And Emmy nominees like me.
Sure. So look, if you're listening, can we count on you?
We know you are.
Come on. You have nothing better to do.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
For yourself. All right. Okay.
All
Let's
right.
get back to the show.
All right. Let's talk to Christian too.
Hey,
Christian.
Christian.
Do you mind not texting us so much?
Yeah. Could you listen?
You have that. What is it called? The Hardwick Mysteries. Just stick to that.
You play Constable Johnstable or whatever his name is.
Constable Johnstable.
He's got a trumpet and he solves crimes somehow.
Trumpet. He's got a trumpet. The fucking trumpet, Christian.
Listen.
What's your problem?
How about this? You could start maybe stay in Canada.
You just stay there.
Bring that Nike swoosh show up there.
I know you got plans to come down here. We have enough actors.
Maybe ease into it. You don't want to jump into the deep end right away.
Put your toe into the water.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Good talk.
Good talk.
Great.
All right. We're going to hear this clip. Now, what's interesting, I don't know if this is in the clip itself, but anytime we have someone who is nominated for an Emmy and they tape the episode right before the ceremony, we like to joke about like, oh, what are you going to say when you win? And I'm not going to say that we didn't think Tatiana should win, because I have always said that she should win that award because of just the sheer amount of acting she does. It's not done by tonnage, but it's, she acts way more than any other nominee, male or female.
She literally does. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a singular feat.
It's a singular feat.
It's a really amazing thing that she did.
But the Emmys are not really ever fair or just. So in my mind, I was thinking there's no way that. So we were sort of joking around.
You include your win in that.
Yeah, exactly. No, there are a lot of people who would say it is definitely not just. And by the way, wins. But So we were joking around about what her speech would be when she won. And
Well, even that we were joking about where her speech was because it was
coming out the day after
the awards. Yeah.
Supposedly she would win.
Yeah.
And motherfucker, if she didn't win that award, I was on my feet cheering. Also, there were not enough chairs at the party I was at.
So you were already on your feet.
I was already on my feet, yeah.
Right.
But I was cheering, and what a great moment, and she deserved it. And I think the only time we will have had a person who just won an Emmy and is on the very next episode of Comedy Bang Bang, because normally if you are nominated, when you come out here, especially from another city, you're in the middle of a whirlwind press tour.
Yes.
And you have to do so much while you're here that the fact that those two guys make time to do the show,
make it a priority,
and made it a priority is fantastic. So let's listen to this. And by the way, I also want to set up in this episode, Mary Holland has probably the best entrance of any Comedy Bang Bang episode ever.
It destroyed me like nothing has in a really long time.
She plays Janice Cramps. We're going to hear that entrance. So this is your episode number 6.
Number 6.
Good luck to you. Have you ever broken anything else?
I've broken that foot 4 times.
4 times?
Yes.
No, not swing dancing each time.
No. Different times, different ways.
What were the other ways? List the other ways you've broken it.
The first time I broke it was doing military stuff.
You have to be more specific.
Okay, I was doing
purely sexual.
I was doing
sexual.
It was obviously sexual. It was at military school. I was wearing combat boots that they fit me at the beginning of my first year when I was like a tiny little 13-year-old boy. By the end of the year, my feet had grown, but my boots obviously were the same size. So I slowly broke my foot over the course of the year.
What the? What?
Yeah. So
you
it was
slowly broke your foot.
Well, I don't know. There was no moment where I was like, "Oh, I just broke my foot." It was
just generally expanded.
Was started really hurting really bad, and then we had an X-ray, and they're like, "Your foot's broken."
Oh.
Yeah, I was basically Chinese foot binding at military school.
Okay, that's number 1.
But now you have the prettiest.
Second time was drunken swing dancing as Dionysus.
Okay, we've covered that.
Yep. Third time was on stage. On stage in the middle of a play.
I broke my foot on stage.
I broke my toe backstage.
Okay, that's not as cool as ours.
He and I have a lot in common.
I'm a girl, so it was different.
They don't allow women on stage.
No. I was doing costumes.
And the fourth time, I don't know.
What were you on stage?
It was like this clown-based show.
Okay, you are the worst.
I was playing the personification of CNN.
Oh God!
In a play based off of No Logo by Naomi Klein.
How did you ever get on a show as cool as Orphan Black? Oh my God.
It was really political.
Stick to the Murdoch mysteries.
Oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm so embarrassed right now. I was dressed like a giant microphone.
Oh,
that said CNN across it.
Like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh, dear.
And there was another character who was a Nike swoop, and another one that was a giant...
a swoop?
Yeah, and another one that was a giant can of Coke. It was based off of No Logo by Naomi Klein. We called it Faux Logo.
I believe it's a swoosh, by the way, not a swoop.
Okay, it is a swoosh.
Good looking out.
Yeah, and that was with my own theater company.
That was your own theater company.
Yeah.
You were funding this.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And you don't recall the fourth thing.
The fourth time I broke my foot, I thought I had repaired my foot and they had given me orthotics and I had worn them properly and I had been so diligent, and then like a year later we went and ultrasounded it to see how it was, and they're like, okay, your fourth metatarsus is healed, but your fifth is broken. And I was like, what? When did that happen? And then I had a different broken bone in my foot. I don't know what happened. I think
Why don't you keep like a safe around your foot or something? Like, why are you even letting it out of the house?
I gotta live, Scott.
That's true. That's
I gotta
true.
live.
I've always said that about you. You are alive.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm sweating so much right now. I'm sure the coffee doesn't help.
Let's get to our next guest, and you guys are going to be really interested in this person. And I know nothing about her. It's almost like when someone comes on like this, it's like, wow, there's a wealth of information I don't know, and I get to now just feed on that like a succubus and just get all of that information out and just like rub it all over my face. All I have is her name. That's enough for me. Please welcome Janice Cramps. Hello.
Hi, I'm pregnant.
Oh,
congrats.
Hi,
That's
thank
amazing.
You so much.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, how many?
I mean, I'm 3 months in.
Wait. So you're pregnant. Did you come here to announce it? What?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about my. I wanted to talk about my experience of being pregnant and like just what that's like.
So you're a pregnant woman.
I'm a pregnant woman. I'm 3 months pregnant, and get this.
Yeah.
Get this.
I'm getting it.
Your stomach gets bigger as the baby inside you grows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is that because the baby is pushing it out, or is it the stomach is growing at the same rate as the baby, and it's always so that the baby always has like breathing room? Do you know what I mean?
I don't, Scott. That question is nonsense. As the baby gets bigger, the stomach gets bigger.
So it pushes out almost like Christian's toe, his foot, eventually broke. If that were the case, wouldn't the baby's break like his foot? You know, I feel like the stomach is growing and the baby is growing as well, and they're growing at the same rate.
Here's the thing,
I'm
Scott.
miming it right now.
Do you have a penis?
You're looking right at it. You're
literally have a penis?
You're literally staring at it.
If you don't, then what is that? What is that?
You're flicking it with your finger right now.
What is it?
Why is it out of your pants right now?
Well, that's how I do the show.
I know, but it's creepy.
Do you?
Yes, I do have a
Is
penis.
this a penis?
Yeah, stop.
Is
Ow.
what I am flicking
Ow.
a penis,
Stop
or is
it.
it a pendulum?
A
Or is your penis a pendulum?
pendulum, as in like in a clock?
Yeah, the pit and the pendulum, as in the
Edgar Allan Poe
short
Yeah.
story.
Okay, is it a pendulum? No, it's a penis.
That's right.
At what point are you making right now?
My point is, you know what? You just don't know what it's like when you're pregnant. I mean, you don't understand how that works. You don't understand what that feels like when you have life inside of you.
So what is it like?
So, well, I'll start by saying that I knew the moment it happened.
I've heard that.
Yeah, you can really feel something attaches to what you have inside.
What do you
have? Yeah.
For me, it's a treasure trove of eggs and goo and spit and
Someone spitting in there?
All the way back there?
I mean, look, spit comes from somewhere, and I think it comes from your deep in your vagina.
Okay.
But how do we spit then? If I spit out my mouth, where's that spit coming from?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Have you ever been out of a vagina before? Have you been birthed from a vagina?
So we got it.
I
in
was
our
from
own
my mother's womb,
Yes,
untimely
that's
ripped.
how spit
Cesarean,
happens.
what's up?
Okay.
Well, there's still spit in the womb.
Okay.
Is that what that fluid is?
Yeah, it's spit.
Can I ask you a question, Janice? Have you been to a doctor yet?
Not yet, no. I'm doing a full-on home birth.
But you know you're like you need to go to a doctor to find out if you're pregnant or not.
Oh, no, I know, because my stomach's getting bigger. And I knew when he came in me.
But usually at 3 months, you're not really showing yet at that point.
Oh, well, I'm really showing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Can I ask you a totally tangentially unrelated question?
Absolutely.
What's your diet been recently?
Only pasta, only sauce, and a couple of chocolate cases, meaning box of chocolates.
Oh, cases. Okay.
But I'm eating for two at this point.
You've
so-
talked about pasta now, like in a sexual way as well as your diet. Do you think that there's a connection there in terms of a fetish, or is that
Right.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful question.
Are you a linguine lover?
Sure, I love some linguine. I mean, I guess, I've never thought of it as a sexual fetish, but I suppose, yes, pasta goes in my mouth and in my pussy hole. In more ways than one.
Wait, and how many ways?
More than one.
Two?
Wait, like in the pee hole and in the regular hole?
Look, Now, when did this become about my sex life?
You started. Here's what I'm worried about.
Okay.
When did you start eating for two? The minute that he ejaculated?
Yeah, that night.
That night.
Because I knew, I was like, I just got pregnant.
And to be clear, he
so-
did that inside you, right?
He did what?
The ejaculation.
The ejaculate?
Yeah, that was inside me. That was
And it was inside your vagina or your mouth?
Because he was soft like noodles, so there's
It
like
was
kind of a...
inside the bedroom.
Inside the bedroom. But what part of your body was it inside?
It was
Wait, did he just ejaculate into a sock inside the bedroom? And that's what makes you say it was inside?
I mean, yes, there was a sock involved, and maybe but I'm pregnant, and that's the the thing about pregnancy is when you're eating for two and you have a baby growing in you, there's you start to notice emotional shifts. So like immediately that night when Maurice threw that sock away, I was like, well, I'm pregnant. Well, here I am, pregnant, full of a baby.
Let's eat.
Full of a couple babies. Let's eat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get
You
this.
think you have a couple of babies?
Yeah.
Did
I've
you
got
do anything with the
triplets.
sock after he threw it away? Did you go and retrieve it?
Yeah, I got it up out of the trash can.
Okay.
Why are you keeping tabs on the sock?
Because of the science, Scott. I'm interested in science. I'm an actor. I learn
you're
things.
a weirdo.
I study.
What, do you want to put it around your broken foot?
Maybe. It would give me some
weirdo.
support. Maybe it would give me some support, Scott, unlike
A
you.
big, stiff, crusty sock?
Yeah. It would bind to my foot like
Well,
a cast.
That's right.
I apologize for
Thank
him.
you.
Thank
Janice.
you.
No, I'm not. No, I'm apologizing.
You're apologizing. Okay.
I'm apologizing for
I take
you.
back my thanks. I take back my thanks.
Well, it wasn't. It was in reference to you, but it wasn't for you. So,
I retrieved the sock.
okay.
I put my hand in it and made a sock puppet because that's the first thing you should do when you find a lone sock.
Right.
This one was full of semen.
Yeah.
So I put my hand in it and I talked like
Yeah.
a little sock puppet.
So it's almost like a puppet that swallowed.
Sure. And
I don't know why you've run out of patience with me.
Sure, whatever. And then I there's something about. Here's the thing: all the women in my family are so fertile, like they always have been. And I've always known that as soon as I'm around
Sex.
sperm,
Yeah.
semen, spit, sauce.
Yeah. All the S's.
That there I am. It's like osmosis. You can get pregnant by osmosis.
So you've
What if
been
you're-
pregnant before?
I've been pregnant before. I'll
You
be
have.
pregnant again.
So you have
Yes.
children.
Well, they never resulted in births, no. But I did bring them to term.
Okay. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
It means, what does it mean? It means,
Like-
I guess in the past, okay, fine, I'll cop to it. In the past, my prior babies have been just weight gain. But I think this time is different. I think
Wait, so the previous babies, when you say you brought them to term, you ended up just losing weight and then
after 9 months, I lost some weight. I joined a gym and lost some weight.
Okay.
So I at the 9-month mark, when I knew I wasn't going to have a baby, I said, "Oh, this is
a
must
problem
be-
at this point.
I said,
So-
"This must be weight gain."
But you're feeling the feelings of pregnancy. So your last name Cramps, was that like you had a family member in like medieval England who
Yeah, it was
famous
almost
for
like their
having
job
cramps?
was
Or,
to have cramps and to birth babies.
Is that just like something that genetically your family goes through, is having maybe you're feeling your family cramps instead of being pregnant, is what I'm saying.
like phantom cramps?
Yeah, ghost cramps.
Oh, you said that so fast. Well, Cramps is Maurice's family name, and I'm married into the Cramp family.
Okay. Right,
but I will say that,
And Maurice is not related to you before marriage. What's your maiden name?
Whoa.
Cramp.
Just one cramp?
Just one. Yeah, not plural.
Okay, so these are two different families.
Wait, were you both Cramp and then you married and became Cramps?
That's exactly
Oh,
what happened.
God. Oh, my God.
Okay. Meet the Cramps.
Meet the Cramps. Oh boy.
Right.
Summer blockbuster comedy hit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
he's a
sure.
dentist.
Box office darling.
More like a horror film that won't end.
Anyway, okay. But I know that I'm pregnant at this moment. I know that this one is a baby.
Why don't we take a test?
This one is triplets. Okay, I'd be happy to take a
Okay,
test.
here we go. I've got
Okay.
one in my pocket here.
Oh, you carry pregnancy tests with you?
Let me open the package.
Oh my God.
This is just your standard pee test.
Wait, this is
What?
you've unwrapped a quiz.
Yeah.
This isn't a pregnancy test. She can't just take a
No,
quiz.
it asks you, are you pregnant?
Yes.
that's-
Circle
This is
Y
use-
or circle N.
This is
Yes,
useless.
I'm circling
Christian.
Y. I'm circling Y. And
Okay.
and there
You're
we
pregnant.
go.
You're pregnant.
See, I told you, Scott.
It's legit.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I
guess
told you
so.
all.
I guess so.
Have you told your husband?
I haven't yet. No.
Okay.
No.
Has he inquired about the old midsection?
He did say to me actually yesterday when I was having a nice cup of coffee in my living room
This is the morning.
with a book of poetry. This is the morning. He did come into the kitchen
Poetry
and say,
right in the morning.
he said, "Why the fuck you getting so fat?" And I said, "Maurice." I didn't answer.
Can I
him.
ask what ethnicity is he?
Caucasian?
Oh, okay. This sounded like you're doing some sort of a
no.
voice.
No, he's Caucasian.
Okay. All right.
Do you feel a pressure to continue his line?
To continue.
He seems
The
like a
lineage.
forceful man.
It's kind of
Yeah.
both.
He's
It's
a
both
bit of
your
a-
line, though, also. It's her line, too.
Right.
But you know,
the crepe
a
line.
man wants to find a fertile woman in order to continue his legacy.
Yeah.
It's almost as if
Yeah.
he doesn't exist if he doesn't have someone to reflect that back upon him.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up because he did the other morning when I was having a cup of coffee in the kitchen.
This is a different morning?
This is a different morning.
What were you
I
reading
was
at this point?
Writing a book of poetry.
Wait, can I ask you a different question? Were you just reading your own book on this
Yes,
on this next
yes.
day?
I was
Okay.
rereading it just to make sure I was happy with the poetry.
Okay.
He came in and he said, "You better give me a male heir." That's what he said to me.
Right.
So I knew that,
Yeah.
you know, I think there is a pressure there.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And I think, you know, but ultimately it comes down to, as a woman, do you want babies? As a woman,
That's what it comes down to?
do you want babies?
Do you feel like you can will yourself to have babies?
Oh,
By just
yeah.
wanting, right.
Oh, yeah. If you can dream it, you can do it. Walt Disney.
I don't think that's the exact
That is
quote,
the exact quote. If you can dream it, you can do it. Walt Disney.
Wow.
but He said Walt Disney.
He said Walt Disney.
At the very end of the quote.
yeah.
To make sure that everyone attributed
Yeah.
I think
it
he
to-
ended most of his quotes with
correctly.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I mean, congratulations
Thank
in
you
6
so
months on either your
much.
weight loss or a
Well,
baby.
nope. This one's a baby. Triplets.
Triplets.
Yeah,
What are you gonna-
we
what are
did
you
the
gonna
test.
name 'em?
We did the test.
I'm going to name them Christian.
Oh, my
Scott,
God.
Tatiana.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Thank you so much.
Wait, is that after us?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord.
Sorry. No,
How
I just...
vain
There's
are you?
ego on this
No,
guy.
but it was a bit strange because, like,
Those
we're all
are
sitting
our
in
names.
front
I don't
of
know if you've been paying
And you
attention,
did.
but
Oh, I haven't. No. What are your names?
I'm Christian. Hi, James.
I'm Scott.
I'm Tatiana. You-
I'm pregnant.
Okay. Okay.
Number 6.
Oh, so good. So right.
So just.
So just. All right. Man, I got to tell you, we're only halfway through this episode.
What? That can't be true.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we are going to hear number 5 and then number 4 in the countdown. Very exciting. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. And reminder, Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Lisa. Lisa's done away with that awkward mattress showroom experience we've all suffered through by creating a luxury mattress ordered completely online, shipping for free to your doorstep, compressed in a box the size of a mini fridge. It's a 10-inch mattress and it comes in all sizes. It's crafted with 3 unique foam layers. And the Lisa mattress is 100% made in the USA and ships for free to anywhere in the USA and the Canada. Lisa gives you 100 nights to try your mattress risk-free, and for every 10 they sell, they donate 1 to a shelter. So go to lisa.com/bangbang, LEESA.com/bangbang, enter promo code BANGBANG at checkout to get $75 off. Comedy Bang Bang. We're back. Comedy Bang Bang.
Power Wheels.
Power Wheels. Welcome back. Paul F. Tompkins here, and we're cracking the top 5 now.
I'm Paul F. Tompkins. It's just, I feel like if someone downloaded this, they fast forwarded to this point, you say Paul F. Tompkins here, they think you're like broadcaster style.
They would misunderstand. I was saying Paul F. Tompkins here, and referring to
me.
you is located here, but I am not Paul F. Tompkins, certainly, nor would I ever pretend to be.
Scott Aukerman here.
Look, there are certain situations where maybe I would pretend to be Paul F. Tompkins. Let's say you called me up and you were like, Scott, I can't get home, and Janie is expecting me to make love to her.
Of course. God.
Would you mind? We keep it very dark in the house.
Yes. It's pitch black in there.
Would you mind slipping into the side door?
Like a cave, yeah. Yeah, just slip in the side door.
Go under the covers.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do.
Do what I need you to do. And that would be one of the only reasons to pretend to be.
See, I feel like you get off on talking about this shit.
Yeah, well, at least I don't get off on doing it.
What? Are you accusing me of liking having sex with my wife?
Yes. You dirty pig.
Dirty pig.
All right, let's crack the top 5. This is your number 5.
Number 5.
Okay, this is okay. This is an episode from June 20th. So who knows what's going on? This is episode 429.
620.
An episode called Almost Mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
And these are 2 people named Jason Mantzoukas, been on the show many times.
Many times.
And of course, Thomas Middleditch. This is now his 3rd appearance on the countdown.
Great.
Why are you upset at Thomas Middleditch?
You know, it just seems like there was a time when people really enjoyed my work on the show, and now
let's count how many times you've been on the countdown. You literally
this year,
the one we just played was you. The historic rap.
Great.
That's number 1. Montreal.
Perfect.
Number 2. Love is Thicker Than Water. Number 3.
So good.
Time Bobby 4. Number 4.
Great one.
Sydney. Number 5.
Right. Well, the tour ones don't count because I guess they do because there was one that I wasn't on and I made it into the best.
Scrounging and Lounging 6. You've been on the countdown 6 times so far.
Why not 7?
Well, maybe you will be.
Oh, you think?
I think you might be. All right, this is Almost Mandatory, and this was, Jason Mantzoukas and Thomas Middleditch, and Middleditch, whom we all know from Silicon Valley. He is the titular Silicon. He is playing an improvising a character named Edmund Carlyle, a British fellow, and this is all improvised, obviously, and never been on the show before, and this is just all off the top of the head.
Wait, what? The character had never been on the show before.
Never been on the show before, nor since, and this is all just something new. So for those of you who say, don't do so many sequels, don't do... all this stuff that you've always done. This is all brand new.
There you go. So why don't you take this and choke on it?
Seriously. Bitch, Ben.
Choke on it, bitch. Little Jesse Pinkman for you.
Choke on it, bitch.
Listen. God damn.
Mr. White.
Mr. White. Mr. White.
Choke on it, bitch. I felt I had a better grasp on it.
Why wasn't I in the countdown more? No, this guy lost it too.
We both
wow,
lost
it's very elusive.
Yeah.
The Jesse Pinkman, very elusive.
Speaking of the elusive Mr. Pinkman, let's hear him not be in this episode. This is your number 5.
Number 5.
You're living a life that is so rich. You've got the hobby shop, you've got your amateur barrister stuff going on, you're here on a case, and then you're also doing reenactments.
That must take up all of your time.
Do you do any reenactments of future events?
How would that be a reenactment?
Wouldn't that be an enactment.
Wouldn't that be a prophecy of some kind?
Now you're starting to think interestingly. Have you ever thought about enacting prophetic scenes from future events?
I've never thought about it.
What about the Book of Revelations? If you were to reenact something from the Book of Revelations, that's a prophecy.
I suppose that's true.
So it would actually not be a reenactment.
It's always a way to branch out. But I mean, I must admit, I don't have all that much more time to bring out more enactments.
Because these three things, the reenactments.
And then there's my sex parties.
Oh, you also have sex parties.
Quite a lot.
Did you attend, host, both?
I host. I'm the Grand Chancellor of the West Coxburg.
You have these in West Coxburg?
Well named.
West Coxburg fuck parties.
Fuck parties. Wow, so you guys leave nothing to the imagination.
You're the Grand Chancellor of the fuck parties.
Yeah.
And what do you like to have sex with?
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
Really. And I do mean that. Yes.
So this is, I'm assuming, because you're having sex with anything, this is an atheist organization?
Quite. It is godless and proud.
So what in a typical sex party, what do you normally have sex with? Whom do you have sex with? What do you have sex with?
I have a follow-up question, but go ahead.
Well, it's hard to say what's typical, really, because each time it's been something different. Of course, the standard guy, girl, trans. But then I've had sex.
Guy, girl, trans.
Trans or trends?
Trans.
So that's a three-way.
Which is itself a trend.
This is a GGT.
It's all of it. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I've had sex with a bowl of Jell-O.
Of course.
I've masturbated on a small patch of carpet.
Sure.
That would be a terrible sex party as far as I'm concerned.
How many people are attending? Is it just 4 people?
No, there's a whole squad.
Is it like an Eyes Wide Shut kind of situation, or is it like a bunch of gross slobs on treadmills?
I'll tell you, fellows, if you're trying to get a list of names out of me,
no,
it won't happen.
Well, that's okay. We wouldn't know any of them anyway, unless they're celebrities.
Well, describe one. Just describe one of these people you've had sex with.
All right, okay. It's got short hair, or he's quite tall. Hosts a podcast. He's got sort of light grey. He wears a lot of light grey with polka dot shirts.
Wait a minute, I'm looking
down.
Sounds a lot
like Scott Aukerman.
I went to England last year. I certainly didn't participate in any sex parties.
Did you go to any sex parties?
I did go to one party. And
in Coxburg?
In Coxburg, and there was a guy, now that I think about it, there was a guy rubbing up against the carpet, but nothing else unusual happened.
You sure?
I don't think so. I mean...
it's all right if you don't want to say... Hey,
come on, man. You and I...
Is that how this connection was made? Because I was wondering how Edmund found himself here.
Come on, Edmund.
Look, you've
blown up my spot here.
We can stick with the amateur barrister thing.
Yeah, let's just talk about the amateur barrister thing. We don't have to talk about how you and I...
I'm sorry.
Look,
I thought it was a special time.
Well, I was on vacation. Oh, hey, man.
Hey.
Sorry, we didn't know you were here.
Oh, no, totally. I just wanted to know what you guys were talking about. I couldn't hear because you were whispering.
Oh, nothing. He had a case of mistaken identity, and I was saying, oh, that's odd that you would have a case of mistaken identity. Yeah. And we laughed.
Quite often.
We laughed about it.
Yeah, we had a good chuckle.
It was, mine was sort of like this. Ha, 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 ha.
And mine would have been like, oh, ho, ho.
But
like
we were doing
Santa
those
Claus,
simultaneously.
If you couldn't hear it.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show. Let's get back to that amateur barrister stuff. That's a wealthy mine.
Yes.
Wealthy vein. Wealthy...
vein?
Vein.
Of gold?
Of gold,
like
yeah.
Like a veiny cock.
This is like a... Look.
Do you like varicose veins on your women?
You know what?
If they have them,
if
a sturdy woman has some varicose veins, I think that's fine. But I mean, like, get her on the treadmill, work them off. I'd like to, and sometimes I'll just fuck the varicose veins right off abroad, just like bingo bango, it's out of
Just
there.
like Back to the Future, they disappear?
Yep, just fades out like the picture in Back to the Future.
Oh. So what are you doing in America other than this case?
Oh, yeah.
Are you having anything fun?
Well, I'm going to the beach a lot here in Los Angeles, getting some sun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do any fuck partying while you're here in LA?
Oh, yes, naturally.
Yeah.
I've been to a few. I went to an Alice in Chains fuck party.
Is this the band Alice in Chains, or is this someone named Alice in Chains?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know, she's quite famous in England,
Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains.
Yes.
How do you spell her last name?
CHAYNZ.
Z.
Yeah.
Okay, you are from England. Okay,
Yeah,
I was going to
you
say.
really nailed it
I was sort of not really buying it for a minute, but then you said Z. So
Well,
I'm back
she's
on
a
board.
YouTuber.
Oh, she is.
Oh, okay.
I love YouTube stars.
Oh, you do?
yeah.
Is that what you look at for fun?
Yes.
Who's your favorite?
Alison Chains.
Alison Chains, of course. Who's that one who does Dear Fat People? That's so funny.
Oh, it's quite.
I don't know what that
it's
is.
very funny. I like Rodney Positive. I like Teen Gentleman.
Jenna Marbles? What about Jenna Marbles?
By the way, these could all be real things, and I would not know. That's the world we're living in.
Yep. Look, you can't know everything in the world.
Rodney Positive? Like, that might be a real person.
I imagine it is.
I hope it is.
You must assume that it is.
But what when you are here in LA, what is have you seen any sights? Have you gone to any place interesting?
I went to the observatory.
Oh, the Griffith Observatory.
Yes, and I went there and I said, could I borrow the telescope for a minute?
Did they let you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I pointed it down to downtown Los Angeles on one of the buildings.
The big giant telescope that they use to look up into Mars and all that? You
Yes.
pointed that down into Los Angeles?
Yes.
Wow.
I saw in a building, I saw a young boy getting scolded.
Okay.
Oh.
This is interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so
Was this part of your case?
I can't say.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. That's a smart move. To spy on somebody, to use a giant telescope from miles away.
So this is downtown? This is somewhere in downtown.
Somewhere in downtown.
A little boy's getting scolded. By whom? By whom?
By an older woman.
An older woman.
She was wearing.
This sounds like Don't Stand So Close to Me by the Police.
Young teacher.
She was wearing a dress, and she had her hair up.
Okay. And are you an amateur lip reader as well?
I am.
You are. So what was she saying?
She said, "Don't play with the water heater.
Oh, wow.
Stop playing with the water heater.
Stop playing with the water heater. What do you think that means?
Well, I did see that in the background there was a water heater.
Okay.
She must have been mucking around with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is interesting.
Oh, wow.
So then,
How did she punish him?
Well, she wagged a finger and then he held his head down. He didn't hold it down,
but his head was down,
his head was
ashamed,
down,
in an ashamed stance.
And then they both put their coats on and they walked out.
Really?
So I think he just sort of had a talking to, and then that was that. And then they went out and had the day together.
Oh, wow.
Did you follow them out the building and watch them?
The man at the observatory said that's your time.
That's your time. So they let anyone borrow that telescope?
Yeah, don't you know? You just got to ask. You
almost said ask, by the way.
Yeah,
and not ask.
It's true. It's true.
So how long was your time? How long did you have it?
It ended up being about 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
First, good 10 seconds was finding what I wanted to look for.
Okay, so 10 seconds looking for it, 30 seconds watching it.
They've got these big cranks, and you've got to,
manually
crank them around.
Right, yeah.
So it took a bit for the telescope to get there.
10 seconds, you said?
Do you want the play-by-play?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
not
it,
that
Jason.
well documented.
Yeah.
10 seconds to get the telescope around.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got it in my books.
Okay, yeah. Oh my God, that is a giant book.
Oh, wow, like it's a legend.
Have you written down everything you've ever done in your life here?
Barrister must always document his actions.
See, it is part of the case.
Look at this.
Right, at 3:04 and 5 seconds, I had the control of the telescope.
Okay.
And 3:04 and 17 seconds, I found the building I was looking for. And then at 3:04, 49 seconds, I was told to give up the control of the telescope.
Okay.
32 seconds just watching it. Wow.
Yes, and then at 3:05 and 1 second, I saw a small girl take a shit in the corner of the observatory.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's
wow.
like another mystery.
I don't want to be on that case, I'll tell you that.
Well, if they hadn't taken that telescope away from you, you would have missed that.
Yes.
You would have maybe seen the effects of it, smelled the smell.
It's true, but I didn't need to see all the poo come out.
That is a giant book. Can I ask you?
Do people ever want to do like poo stuff and pee stuff at the fuck parties?
It's almost mandatory.
Oh, almost? It's an unwritten rule?
Almost mandatory. How does that work out?
Well, I don't.
No one's ever not done it.
Yeah.
You haven't had to.
Yeah.
You're not going to make
a rule
You're not going
yet.
to make anybody, but it's going to get done.
I haven't had to ask. I've said. I have one time have to come up to someone and said, I noticed you haven't defecated or urinated anywhere. Would you like to maybe join in the fun?
Oh, so everybody else was doing it for sure.
Yes, and it turns out it was a good thing I came up to him because he said, I didn't know if now was the time. I said, of course it is. Look at everyone else. We're all doing it.
It sounds like a very supportive environment.
Oh, it's very positive.
Can I ask you this? I wanted to ask this earlier when we were having this conversation. Does a reenactment ever lead to a period-specific fuck party?
It's mainly why we do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, this dinner party one doesn't sound that interesting.
There's no better way to get over the British Civil War than by fucking the people that you've been fighting all day.
Than having the Roundheads and the Royalists go at it fuck style.
This dinner party one with the little person playing the dog, does he get fucked a lot?
It's mainly why we changed from dog to Smalley.
Okay.
Just to make it less weird for the people who
have to have sex with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you do have to.
I've noticed this book. You've written down, I'm sort of flipping through it here.
Sure.
You've written down almost everything that's ever happened to you in your life to the second.
Yes, there's a lot there.
This is incredible. I mean, you can basically look back on your entire life and see, everything that's made you the person that you are.
But it also begs the question, if you are constantly reporting the events of your life, are you living them?
I guess it asks that, but I think what's maybe more fun is actually like reading some of this stuff.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Here we go.
Here we go.
Have a look.
All right. Well, I mean,
there's a lot of putting marmalade on.
And
toast.
remember, all of the dates and times are going to be British.
Yeah, exactly.
We have our own time system.
Well, I mean, it's exactly what everyone else's time system is. It's just
we're about 7 hours ahead.
7 hours ahead. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't think I have to necessarily adjust. I have to adjust it in my head,
just mentally. So
I can just read what's on the paper here. I don't have to adjust it 7 hours so that we can relate to it.
Granted,
do we?
3 p.m. will still be 3 p.m. at the time, but just so everyone knows.
I will have to say that it is actually more like 8 a.m. where we are.
Just make sure people know.
Okay, all right.
Because before I was reading Times from here in LA, and people, that was a given.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Well, let me go back to the very beginning. Let me go back to the first page.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
Oh my God, this is, how old of a man are you, by the way?
I'm 18.
So,
which is the way that British people say 18.
Right.
I am 18 years old.
Okay. Well, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I've put on a few years in my face.
I did not.
I was going to say.
Conservatively look 37 years old.
Do you put fake gray in your beard, by the way?
No, it's just been a real. I may seem like a happy-go-lucky guy now.
You do.
It's just been a while to get here. Emotionally speaking.
Okay. Well, you've
had a hard life.
Well, I think Scott's going to read.
Well, the first entry here is actually September 3rd, 1998.
Yes.
And we have 4:01 p.m. and 20 seconds, which I guess would be 10:01 p.m. and 20 seconds for our time. Do I really have to adjust this all the time? Here in California?
Listeners, now we know. And make sure at home, wherever you are, you're adjusting Scott's information for the time zone that you're in.
Where you are. So if you're in Chicago,
or
we're actually talking more
Boston, like or if you're in, I don't know, Australia.
Iceland, sure, yeah.
It's just
you could be anywhere.
Other places.
Do you think you have any listeners from Iceland?
I would imagine, yeah. I mean,
I bet if you're from Iceland, write in on the forums and
just let us know.
Let us know
if you're from Reykjavik,
and let me know.
I've had a couple of good fuck parties in Reykjavik.
Really?
Oh yes.
And definitely for sure, if you're from Iceland and you're posting on the boards, include a post from whatever dumb band you're in.
Yeah, of course.
Because every single person in Iceland is in a band,
and there's a lot of strong men there.
Oh, really?
Ever since
strongmen, meaning professionally strong.
Yes, because they had quite a famous one called Magnus for Magnusson. And
oh,
he was quite a bit strong, a bit strong. And
didn't he win the strongest man in the world competition
many times?
Yeah.
And so now there's a big culture of these
Strongmen who think just because I'm from Iceland, I can be a strongman
Well,
too?
they're the closest language and culture to real Vikings.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit scary.
I went to an improv festival once, and there was a team from Iceland.
A nerd.
I know, total nerd.
You think this guy's a nerd?
Says the recreator
of
8th century dinner parties.
What a dweebazoid.
All right, let me read this.
At least my little party's ending.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no,
I don't think any of your improv festivals are ending in everyone having sex or anyone having sex.
That's not true, but I will say that the team from Iceland, to me, appeared to be like a team of Vikings. They were hard drinking, loud partying, just rowdy. I really enjoyed them. They were very funny. And there was like 16 of them.
All right, let me read this. September 3rd, 4:01 p.m. in 20 seconds. I am born.
Yeah.
Just one sentence. I am born.
Yeah.
Wow, that was your birthday.
Yeah, I came out very well ahead in terms of reading and writing.
Right. Wow. So
That's amazing.
You're going to turn 19
couple months.
In a couple months. Yeah. Okay.
September.
Wow. So did you write this the minute you got out there? You just wrote
To be a barrister at this young an age is almost impossible. Is that why you're an amateur?
Yes. I'm studying for my barrister's exam, my exams.
So being an amateur barrister is on your way to being a barrister. It is not like a consolation prize for not getting to be a barrister.
Yes, there are ranks.
Yep.
There's neophyte, amateur, there's journeyman.
Is there professional? Do you ever get to go pro?
There's master and grandmaster.
Okay, wow.
There's no professional, really.
Yeah.
I'm still paid even as an amateur, but
Of course.
it's just my ranking.
Okay, I see. I get this, I think. Let me flip through the book.
I wrote that with my embryonic fluid.
You did?
Oh, wow.
As you can see, it sort of looks a
Let
bit...
me taste it here.
Oh, don't do that.
That's a
What
little
are you
salty.
doing?
It's
What
very
are you
strange.
doing? Don't.
Very strange.
What a strange... Yeah, why would that be
I hope there's
your...
nothing else in the book that one could taste.
Oh, there's quite a lot.
Let me flip ahead to, let's look at one of the more recent ones. Okay, this is all the way at the end of the book. This is June 17th, 2016. Oh, wow, this is just a couple of days ago. 6:31 a.m., which, okay, what would that be? Wait, you were, ostensibly you were here in California, though.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's 6:31 a.m. here as well.
Yeah.
Should we adjust it for England, though?
Yep.
Just in case.
Okay.
Just for our listeners in the UK.
So that'd be 1:31, I would imagine, there in the
I
UK?
think it's 11.
6 plus 7.
No, that's
I
one.
believe it's 1:31,
Okay,
yeah.
I was never good at math.
You're a dumb shit.
He's 18 years old.
Oh, that's
just
true.
remember-
When do you learn math?
Later.
19?
Yeah.
Really?
No, in England you learn maths at 37 years
Oh,
old.
okay. This appears to be in a strange fluid. And
It's all written in fluids?
Yeah, well, I mean, everything is, I
Yeah.
think. I mean, other than graphite, I guess, when it's a pencil.
Well, is that not just the fluid of the pencil? Is graphite not just pencil ejaculate?
I mean,
if you handle it correctly, you know.
If you handle anything correctly, you can make it
can
come.
be
You can make
I've always said that.
Why have you been stroking my finger this entire interview, by
You'll
the way?
see.
Okay, well, we'll see. This is written in like a dark fluid.
Yes.
And it just says, I am the god of death. I have enacted everything that I hope to enact here in the States. I have enacted my revenge. They are dead. They are all dead.
Oh yeah, I was talking. That's okay. That's written in my shit, and I'm referring.
Did you wait? Hold on.
And I'm referring to the
again salty.
I'm referring to the turds that I put out my butthole. So they're all dead because I flushed them and they're gone.
Wait, you flushed them, but then what are you writing it in? So before you flushed it, you took a little scoop?
Yeah.
Took a little
And
scoop.
do you put the little scoop on your finger, or do you have some sort of writing implement that you use to scoop it up?
I normally do, but
Yeah.
at the bathroom I didn't bring it with me because I think that's disgusting.
Of course.
Bringing a writing implement into the bathroom with you?
I try not to do a lot of writing while I'm on the toilet.
Sure.
But I finally got them out. I finally flushed them
Finally,
down.
how long did that?
Those little turds were in there for about 10 years.
What?
Wait, 10
10
years?
years?
Yeah. It was,
Did you age test them?
I just know that you know when you
just
haven't
know when you
haven't
got a
had
couple rattling around in there.
You haven't had a movement about 10 years.
Number 5.
All right, number 5.
How about it?
How about it? Good
Character
episode.
wasn't on the show before. Now he's on it. Never will be again.
Who knows? Maybe he will. Who knows? 2017 may be the year of Edmund Carlisle. Who knows? All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, we will crack the top 4. That's right, your episode number 4 when we come back with Comedy Bang Bang.
Hello, I'm Chris Gethard, and here with me is dream analysis expert
Gary Richardson.
And we are here to give you a taste of a brand new podcast called In Your Dreams, presented exclusively by the fine folks at Casper.
We listen to the wildest, weirdest dreams submitted to us by you, our listeners, and we do our best to figure out just what those dreams could possibly mean.
I look over the side of my bunk bed, and there are Huey Lewis in the news.
You're saying this person might have interests in style and fashion specifically. You can
I'm
tell
saying-
that from
I'm
that
saying with
voicemail.
99% certainty.
Plus, we'll be joined by some very special guests.
The word mortality comes to mind.
Mortality?
Blood.
Bloodtality.
Subscribe to In Your Dreams right now on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.
Good night.
Comedy Bang Bang. Paul F. Tompkins is here.
Hi, me.
Across from me.
I like
And
you.
boy, this is exciting. The number 4 episode of the year. Are you excited?
Getting down there, man.
We should say this is number 4.
Number 4.
That's right, number 4. Coming up.
We're in the home stretch.
We literally are. I mean, we'll really be in the home stretch on our next episode.
Is
but
it
yes.
stretch or stretch?
Did you thought it was home
I
stretch?
thought it was we're in the home stretch.
There's a band that sings We Are Family. Who do you think they are?
Sly and the Family Stedge?
Sister Stretch?
Oh, Sister Stedge.
Damn, if you had known who sang that. Would have been good.
I forgot. Why did I think it was Sly and the Family Stone?
Look, the difference between Sly and the Family Stone and Sister Sledge is so razor thin.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Daylight wouldn't pass between them.
All right, this is your episode number 4. This is from May 2. And you know what happens at the end of April, beginning of May?
We go on tour.
We did.
Yeah, right.
But before we did, we recorded this episode. This is the 7th anniversary episode.
Oh, my stars and garters. As Hank McCoy, the Beast, would say in comic books.
You were on this episode, so are you happy now?
Yeah. That's all it takes, Scott. Not really that hard to figure out.
Jason Mantzoukas, he's been all over this.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
like that.
Horatio Sands, that's great.
Sure, okay.
Neil Campbell, this is his first appearance on the top 10.
He's a funny guy. Should be on more.
And he's in number 4. And we have Mike Hanford and Tim Baltz.
Very funny.
And Drew Tarver. Both of those
Very
guys
funny.
from Bajillion cast
My
members.
Bajillion friends. Very funny.
That's right.
Work
And-
friends.
Work friends. And this is, of course, we have Mike Hanford's playing John Lennon. Neil Campbell's playing the timekeeper. You do your Tom Lennon on the phone impression. And Horatio's playing Shelley Driftwood, who is who even knows how to
somewhat
describe him.
amorphous character.
But I enjoy him.
Absolutely.
Gives a lot of directions.
That's right. That's his one.
That's his one thing.
His
He
one
gives
specific
a lot
thing.
of directions.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's hear it. This is your number 4.
Number 4.
Did you like Elvis?
I loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he taught me to dance.
Did he?
Right.
Let's see a little. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad. You
Which
just
is weird because Elvis
That was
was
a
mostly
moonwalk.
known for his lower body dancing,
Yeah.
and all of that was upper body.
He
It
taught
seemed
me- well,
like-
I
It was like
knew
a
the-
reverse river dance.
Yeah.
And I-
Lower body
Just
very
a
still.
lot of shoulders. Lots
Yeah.
of shoulders.
Yeah.
And I apologize for the shoes on my feet, but
No, don't
it
you-
makes sense to
Now
me.
it
No
makes
need to
sense.
apologize.
Now
Now
it
it
makes
makes
sense.
You probably thought I was a kook.
I did, honestly. I thought for a moment that you might just be like a lunatic who'd wandered in here.
No, I'm not.
Shoes on his hands, but now I see you just doing dance moves.
The only way I know how, really.
Is that why you're shoeless for that particular look with your white suit?
Yep.
For the dancing. Wow.
Right, because I'll walk across with my shoes in my hand. They said, you can't do that. Well, I said, well, I'm certainly not putting them on my feet. Where you would expect.
You know that Abbey Road cover? You know where you're walking across the street? Now, Paul's
yes.
shoeless on that.
Right?
That's meant to indicate that he's dead. It's one of the
many
symbols.
Was Paul dead? Like
he was dead that afternoon.
He was, and he
That's
came
right.
back to life just like you did. Is that where you first learned that people could do that?
That's when I got the idea. I said, if I ever die, which I never thought I would.
Yeah.
I did.
You did, yeah.
You
John Hinckley saw to that, right?
Right quick.
Yeah. What do you think about that guy?
Oh, everyone, I can't blame him for being a bad aim.
Wait, who was he? He was aiming for Yoko?
I think he was at a target practice. That's what I always thought. I never
outside your hotel.
No, he was coming for you.
For me.
Yeah.
I never met him, so
you know what was really interesting is James Taylor on Howard Stern this year said that he saw Hinckley outside the Dakota like 2 days prior.
Really?
And Hinckley said something to him or something like that. He was around.
What did he say? Like, hey, I'm going to kill John Lennon in 2 days?
In 2 days. Be here or be square.
Hey, if I was to kill, let's say someone wanted to shoot John Lennon, what's a good time to be here?
And James Taylor was like, oh, probably 8 o'clock, man.
Great James Taylor.
Oh, phone's ringing.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Hey there.
Hey, is this Tom again?
Did you just do a James Taylor impression?
I sort of did, yeah. Hippie James Taylor.
Yeah, not good.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
All right, are you rich?
I'm rich.
That's a way to get him off the phone.
he loves to say it.
He does,
Still just
wow.
waiting for little Gary to make an appearance.
Hey, John.
Keep forgetting to ask.
John, I have a question.
Sure.
Do you watch TV at all?
When I can, if it's at a hotel room I'm staying in.
Okay, that's the only time because you don't have one on the RV.
No.
So are you in hotels a lot?
If the RV's broken down,
sure,
I'll have to. Well, usually when it all kind of comes to shit right before I go into the try to jump over the Grand Canyon, the brakes usually go.
Hold on a second. Don't you still live at the Dakota? I thought you said you still lived at the Dakota.
I live at the Dakota.
You don't have a TV there?
No.
So the only way you see a TV is if the RV breaks down,
and you have to
go to a
stay
hotel.
at some hotel.
I cross the country, 3 times a month.
Sure.
Right.
Trying to do
Why
this.
is that, by the way? Just so you can jump the Grand Canyon?
Well, sometimes I'm coming out to see you.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes I'm just taking a drive you popped in the right podcast or album, you can drive all day.
Oh, are you a big podcast fan?
Just this one.
Oh,
the ones that I've...
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Got it.
And are you ever visiting Ringo? Is that why you do some of these trips?
He's always so busy and he can never do anything.
Now, what's Ringo doing?
I'm still mad at him.
Yeah, he has your guitar.
Yes, he's got my guitar and I want it back because I want to make that country album.
Yeah, the Whistling Pete album.
That's right.
I was hoping the fact that you're here, you could debut some of the new Whistling Pete songs.
Not going to happen.
Okay, well, you mentioned that you write songs for people on the street.
Not gonna happen.
But I will say this.
Yeah.
I came up with an idea that I don't need the guitar if I do a rap.
Oh, well, hey, let's start the, this is the is it a freestyle or?
I don't, I haven't thought of it yet.
Okay, here we go.
So then yes.
The
Okay,
idea,
here we go.
If you haven't thought of it yet, I would
The
say
very
this is
definition of a
probably
freestyle. Here we go.
Oh, hey, I'm John Lennon. How do you do? I just bought a brand new tennis shoe.
Uh-oh.
If you like tennis, you know where to find me. On
Where?
the court.
Blimey.
Blimey. Thank you.
Don't help him.
No, I need help. Rap is very foreign to me. You can
Are you?
That was about 2 rhymes. That's pretty good for your first time.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that might be the first rap track where the rapper says rap is foreign to me. They don't like to admit. Most rap I haven't heard.
They're usually pretty boastful about how good they are at
Right, you don't have many people being that modest and saying, I don't know what I'm doing. But do any rappers really know what they're doing?
The honesty of it is really refreshing.
I think a lot of people will like that.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think songs in general should start with that.
Yeah, it's
just like
very foreign to me.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to give it my best.
Unless you're a
I've never
classical
sung.
pianist, that's it.
Last time we saw you, you refuted time or you rejected time?
That's true indeed.
Renounced.
Renounced. That's exactly what I wanted to say, and yet didn't. What's up with that?
Oh, well.
What's up with that?
Yeah. I believe there was a
scintillating interview question.
I believe there was a post-credits tag where something happened as well.
Yes, and more shall be told in the future, a wonderful time period.
Sure.
But for now, I'll just say that all is well in the world of time.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Big news.
So will this episode
But darkness looms on the horizon!
I was hoping that wasn't the case.
Ooh, I didn't see that coming.
This is some Game of Thrones shit. Wow.
So are you saying time is coming?
The time has come for time to come!
Oh,
wait a minute.
Ejaculate?
Time has come for time to come.
Are you time? Are you the coming time?
I'm merely an observer
okay.
and participant.
Like Uatu the Watcher.
Yes.
Maxwell, can I ask?
Forbidden to interfere.
Yep.
Speaking of Prince.
Except when he does in every comic book he appears in.
Yes. Speaking of Prince, by the way, what's your favorite band?
Morris Day?
When he went solo?
Yes.
That's ironic.
Oh,
Not what I would have figured.
What? I can't help it. He rocks.
Oh, he's doing a disco dance.
Undeniable.
Look at that fingers pointing everywhere.
Undeniable.
Well, thank you so much for being part of the 7 years. 7 years is a wonderful amount of time.
It is indeed. 'Tis indeed. Farewell.
No, stay. No, stay.
I can stay.
He started to fade away there.
Swept his cloak around himself. and
You're
started
all the
to walk
way here on the couch.
By the way, this is a different cloak. What? Describe this cloak. Is this a celebratory cloak or?
This cloak has a red stripe to represent a certain battle I've fought through recently.
With Stripe from the Gremlins?
Yes. Stripe from the Gremlins confronted me. Said I'll turn back every clock in town. I said, "Thee shall not, Stripe."
Oh wow!
And thus a battle ensued.
Did this take place after the events of Gremlins 2, the new batch?
'Tis true indeed. Yes, it took place in the modern era.
Oh, wow. Really? But weeks ago?
But weeks ago.
So
weeks are 7 days, Scott. And 7 is the number of the day.
Wait. You have a number
7?
of the day?
7 is today's number of the
Wouldn't
day?
it be a time
That's
of
right.
the day?
Ding, ding, ding. 7. You said the number of the day.
What happened?
Do we win something? Is there a
Yes.
prize? What is this?
7 hugs.
Oh, wow.
All right, wait,
Each?
7 apiece or
7 apiece.
7 that you're giving out?
7
we have to
apiece. Teach.
teach. Okay.
You've taught me so much.
Hey, I
Scott.
could use you
wow.
on my rap album. Now it's an album. Oh my!
Wow. Oh, wait, an album.
I want to just say, John Lennon, far be it from me to criticize, but your rapping was terrible.
It was not
Are you
good.
sure
Yeah.
you should get...
Are you sure you should commit to an album?
I'm
right
not
in.
sure, but what I would do is write it down. That was on the spot. That's the hardest thing you can do in the rap game.
Do you think rappers rap on the spot a lot? Or
Oh, I hope not, because we're paying hard-earned money for the album.
Yeah, it's like work on it a little bit. It's like
Right.
going to an improv show. Just write a funny show.
Right, it's like those podcasts.
Yeah, like an
We're
improv
on that.
podcast. Just write a funny
Oh,
podcast.
come on.
Hey, I would like to hear you
Don't
rap,
make us,
though, Maxwell.
Don't make us suffer through your meandering with friends.
Meandering with friends. That's good.
That's my favorite podcast.
I would like to hear you rap. Do you want to rap? Here we go. Go ahead.
May try.
He had no choice.
Should there be a very topic?
How about the topic of time?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought that. Time, it's on my side. And so is my lovely bride, or at least I wish she would stand there, but she's away, she's not here. Okay, she don't exist, I wish she did, and then I would miss her. When she is gone away, I wouldn't cry like I do each day. Time is when I'm alone.
Oh, no.
Song break.
Staring at the phone.
He's doing his own hook. He's like Drake.
Times when I'm alone. Then I go look at the clock and I cheer right up. I am happiest when I look at the pop. I like clocks, hours and minutes, 1 through 12, those are the numbers in it. I like to count the clock from 1, 2, 3, 6, 5 and rock. And roll is not this song, this one's a rap and it's gone too long.
All right, wow.
Wow, that was
Amazing.
good.
That was fantastic.
It should have been brief.
You didn't even have to apologize for your rapping at the end.
I haven't yet, but
Or
I
at the
probably
beginning.
should.
Or at the beginning. That was
Bold
great.
innovations in rap. Well, you do pranks. What are some of your pranks that you do?
I pissed in my best friend's mom's face when she was over for Thanksgiving.
Did she ask for it?
Or was it? It did not. Was not funny until now.
What was the setup? What was the setup of that prank?
Right now, I just
like tragedy plus time.
In the telling, it's funny.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna piss in your mom's face, and then he chased me up the stairs. I knocked his teeth out with my elbow.
Prank.
Knocked about 4 of his teeth out. He fell back, and then I started pissing on his mother, and then his brother and his dad tackled me and punched my face so bad that. Yeah, I looked like a sack of potatoes. You know,
Were you a guest at his house, or was he?
It was Thanksgiving. I was emotional for Thanksgiving because I don't have a wife or family.
Now, that's shocking? Was that during the portion where you were saying what you had been thankful for?
That would have been a great time to spring it.
Yeah, that's a great prank. Oh, you know what I was thankful for?
I'm like,
it's a piss in your mom's face.
I did. I just pulled out my fucking my pastry dough. Just went to town on her face.
Pastry dough.
Your penis does resemble unrisen pastry dough.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a roll of Grands.
What?
A roll of Grands, Pillsbury Grands. Like you unpeel that spiral package.
It looks like a frozen croissant that has been left out on the counter to defrost.
Okay.
That's too far.
Oh, personal. Right? God, give you an inch, Jace.
Give you did you say itch?
Give you an inch.
A 7-year itch.
Takes the whole goddamn leg.
My God.
Pulls it.
Number 4.
All right, number 4. A good number.
It is a good number.
Worthy number.
It's in the top 5 numbers.
It definitely
in
is.
my opinion.
Let's count them down.
Number 5.
5. Number 4. 4.
Number 3. 2. Number 1. 3.
We forgot number 2, which would be number 1. We got confused. We got confused during that bit.
A problem.
All right, we need to wrap it up. We talked about Mr. Microphone. That was my one goal for this episode. Yes. Peaked early. What's going on? What's going on with Steph Curry? What's going on with the game that you're watching? Anything happening?
It's not. No, I don't know.
No. What do you mean? It's not happening anymore? They called it off due to rain?
What, are they still making fun of his shoes?
They're still playing it, but I'm not trying to watch it.
Go ahead and watch it. Do it. Look, we've been here for the entire day. I'm not even saying don't watch it, Cody. I'm saying don't turn it on in the middle. Don't turn the sound on in the middle of a recording. That's all.
First thing, check the sound level. See, is this going to make noise if I turn this on? And turn it on.
It was like a Russian stream or something, so I didn't know how to
say no more.
Is Steph Curry playing in Russia right now?
No, they just...
Wait, do you think he's behind the DNC hacks?
Oh, my God.
Steph Curry's our man?
Influencing our elections via Russia.
All right.
He's mad because everyone made fun of his shoes.
We got to end it there. We'll be back on Thursday with our top 3 episodes and our number 1 live episode and perhaps something else.
Oh, perhaps.
Bonus! That's right. So we'll be back on Thursday. We'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.